Interestingly, the messages were usually not that interesting. They were along the lines of, hi, having a wonderful time, wish you were here. Not exactly that, but the messages were sort of like, hi, it's your Aunt Louise, just stopping in to say hello. I finally had to put my foot down and say, I am not a voicemail for the afterlife. Knock it off. And they listened. So anyway, that was my first time seeing things that one normally does not see. Rose, I'm just going to do the psychic tarot weather. Now, for those of you who watch regularly, and if you do, bless your hearts. I love you. May you win the lottery. I've got a story about that too, but next week. So I'm going to pick 3 cards, and these apply to, if you just happen to be watching or listening, even by accident, these cards still apply to your week, and it's kind of astonishing how they actually do. I've noticed in my week, I'll be like, wow, isn't this what I predicted this week? That's weird. I don't know why I think I should be immune from my own predictions. But so the first card for the beginning of the week is the Chariot card. This is a great card, and this signals some sort of success in some combination of art and business. So this could be anything that involves something artistic, and that can be a lot of things, but it also has a business component. Interestingly, when I read, it's often a woman-led business, or it might be, if you're a woman, it might be your own business. If you're a man, it's a woman's business, but it's a victory card. Don't ask me why there are 2 sphinxes pulling a chariot. I don't have all the answers. Well, yeah, I do. But this is interesting. In the middle of the week, which is a weekend, you might hear about or be invited to a wedding. Somebody's getting married around you. They just are. And it's funny because this morning I got invited to a wedding. So this card has already happened. It could also mean that you're entering into a closer commitment with your person of choice. And if so, congratulations. Whee! And then the last part of the card is saying, take a little time. Take a little time, step back from the hurly-burly of life. Hurly-burly. And the general miasma. Take a little time for yourself to retreat, get your energy back. You don't have to lie in a tomb with swords above you. That's optional, as this guy's doing. But it's a time to kind of just get a little objectivity. Take a little time for yourself. Take a deep breath. You deserve it. That's the week. Okay, Rose, thank you for being so patient, my angel. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, I like your voice. I like to connect to people through their birthday. You're welcome. It's very nice. I like to connect people through their birthdays. So tell me when your birthday is. You don't have to tell me the year. Don't ask.
It's October 15th.
Oh, a very good day. Yeah. Okay. And what's your question, my angel?
I don't really have a question. I don't know, wonder what you see in my future for me.
I think I can say with some confidence that the worst is over. I don't think it was last year, but you had a bumpy 2 years in the last.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. It was sorry about that. It was a little like you crossing, trying to cross a highway and you kept getting hit by cars, except not that, but sort of metaphorically. It sort of, you'd get back up and then get mowed down again. That's done. That bumpy getting hit by metaphorical cars part of your life feels like it is over, at least for the foreseeable future. And this is an odd question because I don't know how old you are. You have kids, right? You have 2 kids. You have 3
grown.
kids. 2.
I have grown. Hmm? Yeah, they're grown. I do. I have two sons that I gave birth to, and then I have stepchildren. Mm-hmm.
Well, what's coming up for me is grandchildren. That was why I was going to say it's a funny question because I don't know how old you are. But there's some sort of grandchild.
I have grandchildren.
Great. I like them. You got another one coming up soon, too. Surprise! It's a boy.
Wow. That would be.
Yeah. I don't think it's intentional, but it'll be welcome and healthy. With 2 grandchildren? I'm sorry, I can't quite get this. No, you have 3.
Grandchildren or great-grand?
Wow, look at you. Damn.
I'm just asking.
Wow. Good question. That threw me for a loop. So I'm just going to, maybe it's a great-grandchild you have in the way. I wasn't expecting that, so my guides were saying grandchildren, but maybe it's great-grandchildren. Anyway, there's going to be a new arrival soon. A second. Oh, I like you. You got nice energy. Why am I seeing a cake? Why would I see a cake? Hold on. Are you a good baker? Strange question.
I would be baking a cake. Any particular kind?
No, it's not a request. I mean, I would love a cake. I'm just, sometimes when I work with my guides, it's a little like playing charades.
There's a birthday coming up, like a week from now. There's,
yeah, that's what it is.
my love's birthday's coming up, and he's not here. He's passed.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Oh, I like him. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was
a good guy.
He's a mensch, as my people say. Very funny too. Very jolly.
Yeah.
Do you have dimples or a dimple?
No.
Oh, lovely face. Then maybe he's just smiling a lot because he's smiling a lot. Did he have an E name?
Have a what?
What was his first name? Sorry.
Jack.
I like him. I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
So you have the stepkids are from him. His daughter is pulling focus. He has a daughter?
He does.
Yeah. She seems to be in a little bit of trouble, or she's pulling focus for some reason. I'm not sure why. He's very much with her. Can't quite tell what's going. There's some sort of, it might not be showing up yet, but there's some sort of, she's going through a bit of a hard time. Give her a call. Send her a cake. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. She's going to be okay. She can actually ask him for help. We can do that. They can't volunteer help unless it's life or death. But let's see what else is going on with you. You have some sort of, is it a committee? It's not a committee. You have some sort of community that you're part of. I can't tell what they're doing though. With some sort of activity. Gosh, I'm sorry, I'm not usually this vague. What?
Some activity that in the community that I'm doing?
Yeah, it seems like there's a group of friends you meet with. Maybe it's just church or something. Yeah. So I'm just seeing that you have a good social support system. I think if I were you, I would think about either volunteering or are you still working?
I am. I don't want to be. I'm getting tired of it. Been at the same place for a long time, helping people.
Yeah.
And I like helping people, but people aren't all that nice anymore.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. I say hi to my neighbors and they kind of walk past me, possibly because I'm wearing a giant chicken suit, but I don't think that should matter. I think you're going to be at your work for another 1.5 years or 2 years. Sorry about that. They're also underpaying you. You're doing about 3 people's job for the price of one. You are going to get, oh yeah. Also, there's a real witch in your office. I don't know who this woman is, but she makes me want to punch her. Difficult broad. However, it looks like, hold on, you have nice holidays. You're going to go away over Thanksgiving or Christmas. Looks like you might be going to Florida. So there's palm trees. What else is happening with you? What I'm seeing, you've been having some health problems too, but I'm seeing them those are kind of clearing up. You had
they're finally.
Yeah, things you're getting better. But the health stuff was sort of like your back, your neck, a circulatory thing. It's like you were being nibbled to death by a duck, but the duck has stopped nibbling. So things are gradually getting better. I'm going to have to jump off in a second because I've got Whitney in Columbus, Ohio. Just tell me quickly about a part of your life that you'd like to know about.
I'd like to know if I'm going to be able to move forward, trust, and move forward. Meet somebody.
You'll meet somebody next year. Actually, you might meet them around the holidays, but you will definitely meet somebody next year. A nice person, too. I don't know if you'll get married, but you'll be very good companions.
That's all I need.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's exactly your age. He might be a day or two, like almost exactly your age, and a very nice guy. He's a little on the plump side, but don't let that put you off. He's a peach.
Okay, little thank on you. The what side?
Plump side. Plump.
Plump. Oh, okay.
Plump. That's okay. Aren't we all? All right, Melanie. Thank you. It was a pleasure and privilege to meet you. Thank you for calling in. And that color looks great on you. Thank you, love. Hi, Whitney. I'm so glad you called. Are you still there? Oops. Whitney got bored. Okay. While we're waiting for Whitney to come back, I wanted to share with you, I was reading through my journal the other day, as one does, and I found something that my mom said to me that I always think about before I enter a room or if I'm nervous. My mother was an actress before she became a professor. She was just a great lady. And she said, I was nervous about going to a party or something. And she said, before you walk into any room, throw your shoulders back and say to yourself, I am beautiful and I am loved. And then I wanted to share that with you because no matter who you are beautiful and you are loved. And it's a really helpful thing to remember. And remember to throw your shoulders back because good posture makes us happier. Whitney, are you there?
I am here. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened before.
No problem. You're here now. It's all that matters. I'm happy to have you.
Thank you.
So what's your birthday, my angel?
You. September 6th.
Ooh. I often talk in the show about how Virgo is the most misunderstood sign. People think that it's about being OCD or being like obsessively neat or picky, but it's actually about idealism and a certain kind of purity. I love Virgos. I wish I was one. Maybe I'll start a sign change operation place. Anyway, how can I help you today?
So I just have a question about, I guess, my relationship. I'm in a situation right now, and I just don't know if he likes me the way I like him, and I just don't want to waste my time.
Can you tell me either his birthday or his first name?
His name is Martez.
Oh, nice name. Yeah, I could see where that would be. He's very reserved. I actually think he does like you. You might have to be a little, I never say this to women, but you might have to be a little, not pushy, but a little, this is not somebody who is emotionally forthcoming, is he? I mean, this is not somebody who sits down and talks about his feelings, unless you are holding a gun to his head and maybe a flame to his foot. Okay. And it's hard. He's got a kind of reserved, slightly distant air to him. I don't think it's personal. I think that's how he is.
Okay.
However, the best way to tell if a man's interested in you is watch where his footsteps. Don't listen to anything men say. I mean, the little deers, I love them, but watch where their footsteps go. If his footsteps go to you, if he shows up or pursues you or is around, then he likes you. If he lets 2 weeks go by between seeing you and his footsteps aren't coming to you, then I would say cut your losses and move on because you're lovely. I can tell a lot by somebody's voice. Also, I'm psychic. And you could kind of have anybody you wanted. We always want the distant ones, though, don't we? I like my men tall, dark, and unattainable. Yeah.
That's him. He's tall, dark. He's tall, dark.
Tall, dark, and unattainable.
Like you said, reserved. Very reserved.
Yeah.
But
I was
dignified. Surprised. Yeah, I had a crush on him, and when he asked me out, I was like, oh, because I barely said 2 words to him. And, we've been talking and so forth. He made a suggestion, and I'm just like, well, I don't know, because I just don't want to waste my time. And if it's not going to go anywhere, I don't want to put myself, in a predicament because I'm still going to have to see him every single day. So, yeah.
Does he live in your house?
No. We work together.
Oh, that's challenging. No poop where you eat.
Yeah, we work together.
Yeah. I would take it very slowly.
Okay.
He really does like you. He's very pretty eyes, too. Does he have like almond-shaped eyes? Kind of very nice eyes.
I say they're like almond color. That's what I like to say. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got tiger eyes.
Yeah.
He's very cute.
Yeah.
He really does like you. He's very dignified. He's very reserved. You might not know he's in love with you until you've been married for 3 years. But I think there's something here. I would take it slowly. But you're natural. You're one of nature's ladies, so you do take stuff slowly, and you have a lot of self-respect, and good for you. So you should.
Right.
And still, go out and dates with other people. But until I get a solid commitment for somebody, I'm still going to go out with 2 or 3 or 4 people. I mean, I'm not that kind of girl, but you know what I mean. It's always good to have like a little posse, because that way,
right?
Yeah, it keeps one from over focusing, shall we say?
Right.
I'm all about having a posse. In fact, I have them all tied up in my kitchen. I think he likes you. I do. I think if any, he likes you as much as you like him.
Because I do have a posse, but he's my favorite. Like, I had a huge crush on him. And when I found him, like I said, when he asked me out, I'm like, But like I said, I don't want to waste my time.
I don't think you are wasting your time. And luckily, you're both adorable. And I think you have a healthy confidence. I think you're adorable. I can also see you're very pretty. You have lovely bone structure. You have wide cheekbones. Nice cheekbones.
Mm-hmm.
Can I borrow them? I could use some cheekbones. And you're beautifully shaped. You got a big Cupid's bow on your lip. You got that heart-shaped thing on top of your lip, which is so pretty. And you have a cute little chin. You're very cute. Look at you. So cute. And you're going to stay young-looking for the rest of your life. Damn it. Which is annoying to the rest of us, but I still love you. Yeah, I like him. Just be very careful and keep it a bit of a secret. But I think you'd be surprised because I think in a couple of weeks, you're going to find out that he really likes you. He's going to get you a pony.
Okay.
I have no idea where that came from.
I'm going to say, he give me a pony. He don't like me. Okay.
It's like giving your enemy's 3-year-old a drum set. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah. Everything else is going pretty well with you. You're very smart, and you have your life together. Get your finances under control. Yeah. I want to be you. You're awesome.
I don't think so, but that's good to hear. That's real good.
And I love the name. Rose is always like my future daughter name. I love the name Rose. Yeah. Well, we've got a couple more minutes. Let me see. Dave, how much more time do we have? That's my producer. I like to see if he's still awake. Is there something else in your life that I want to address? There's a little family issue going on with one of your brothers? No, I can't be right.
Nope.
With 3
I'm the only sibling. I said I'm the only sibling. I mean the only child. I have no sibling. Yes, I have no sibling.
Do you have a cousin who's your brother?
I do. I have only male cousins. And
yeah, I'm getting that.
We grew up together like brothers and sisters.
Yeah, that's okay. Reach out. One of them's having a little bit of trouble. He's good looking. He's got maybe somewhere from 27 to 35. I can't quite see. Kind of slender, under 6 feet. He's kind of going through it, and I don't think he's going to talk about it. But since you have a very sisterly energy towards him, and so you might just want to just reach out, bake him a cake, see if he's okay. But aside from that, everything's good. And I think you're probably going to get married next year, or if not next year, then a little after, like a little after next year. Sometime in the next 14 months, I would not be surprised if you got married at all.
Oh,
you look very good.
I can see the gown. Get divorced. I have to get divorced.
Yeah, that would help.
Because I do want to get remarried again. Actually, sooner than later. Sooner than later.
Hurry up with that divorce, because we've got 1 minute. So I'm going to tell you, I'm glad you're getting divorced, because that guy's not for you. And you guys came together specifically to have the gorgeous kids, and God was like, okay, next. Some special kids just want to be born, and they'll pick their parents from above. And they'll be like, you and you, I need to be born, fall in love. And the people fall in love. The kids will be born. After the kids are born, the people look at each other and they're like, who the hell what are you doing here?
Like, I can't stand you. Right. Yes, and that's basically how it happened. We had our child, and then our child wasn't even a year old before we was like, we can't be together.
That's what I'm talking about. I've seen it before. Anyway, Rose, I'm so glad you called. And I'm going to have to pop off because our time is coming. Thank you, my love. And take care of yourself. And remember, I love my callers. I get the best people. And isn't Rose delightful?
Thanks.
And, sure.
I really...
well, thank you. Call back. Let me know how you're doing. I'm Perry Lyons, Perilyons, like periwinkle, and then, Lyons with a Y. And remember, you are beautiful and you are loved, and that color looks great on you. Have a great week. I'll see you next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Woohoo!
to A1R Psychic Radio. Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Spiritual Connections with Psychic Medium Cindy. Psychic Medium Cindy. Live from Facebook.com/Psychic Cindy. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Spiritual Connection on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's great to be here as always. Hope everybody's been having a good day and a good week. I'm just thinking about what we can talk about today. I did a lot of readings today. It's been a really busy day for me, which is wonderful. That's what I do. That's my thing. So in conversation today with some of my clients, we were talking about how, myself and a lot of the other psychics for the last few months have been really feeling that there's big changes happening, right? And telling our clients, seeing big things are happening. Now, for some of my clients, that's absolutely true. But for others, they feel quite stagnant. They feel like, they can't get ahead. They're going one step forward, two steps back sort of thing. So I was saying to them today, but globally, there's been a lot of changes in this year, right? We've seen a lot of changes politically in different countries around the world. We've seen a lot of extreme weather around the world, things that we're just really not quite used to. So even if those big changes haven't happened for you yet personally, if you take a step back and you look at the world, you say, oh yeah, this is where all these changes are coming from. This is why the psychics keep saying that they're feeling all of these big changes, because we are, and it is happening. So if you're one of the people that are feeling a little bit stuck, don't worry, it's coming. It is coming. So if you had something that you had planned to have finished and completed and all done in June, and here we are at the end of July and it hasn't happened yet, give it a little bit more time. Never hurts to put out the intentions either, just one more time, saying to the universe, hey, listen, don't forget about me, eh? Put in your order and just sit back and wait for it to happen. So while we're waiting for a caller, let's do a few cards. I thought let's do a few oracle cards tonight. Let's just see what the universe wants to tell everybody tonight, as we're heading into the end of July and going into August soon, which is going to be really nice. And look at this. The first card I pick is Dance and Celebration. I love this deck, which is why I chose to pull those cards tonight. But get out there, do some dancing, enjoy your life. Even if things aren't exactly the way that you want them to be, it's time to go out and have some fun. That's what the universe is telling us. And it is funny that I mentioned the manifestation just a couple minutes ago, because I said, just put your intentions out there again. That is always something that I talk about when there's a full moon or a new moon or, something astrologically happening. And the second card I pulled was the ceremony card, which is usually done during full moons or new moons. But it came out tonight because it's just confirming that they're saying, yeah, you know what? You don't always have to wait for a full moon. You don't always have to wait for a big astrological change in the sky. Work with your guides, work with your spirits, work with your ancestors, your departed loved ones, the people up there that love you, because that's what they're here to do. They're here to help us and guide us from the other side, to make us, our dreams come true, basically. And then, of course, the topic of the night has been the big changes. And the last card I pull is the Dragonfly, and which is emergence, which is all about transformation. Yet again, beautiful card. Thank you, Spirit, because they're just confirming everything I said tonight, which is this is a time of transformation. For some of us personally, for some of us maybe within our families, for others it could be, big changes happening in your workplace. But either way, we're seeing big changes globally happening in the world, whether you agree with them or not, it doesn't matter. From a spiritual point of view, changes are happening. So this is really good. So I'm really, really excited, really looking forward to the next few months, finishing out 2024. Another thing that you can do is kind of like put your intentions of what you want to happen between now and the end of the year, right? So anyway, have a great weekend. Those are our cards. We are going to go now to Tyree in Baltimore and see what we can do for her this evening. Hi, Tyree.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Good. What can I do for you this evening?
Say it again.
What can I do for you this evening? What would you like me to do for you?
I don't know. I just want to read.
You just want a reading? Okay. All right, let's just start with some general reading. Let's just pick a few little cards and I'll bring your energy onto the table for me. That always helps me. All righty. I really need to know. All right. Okay, nice. All right. And the ancestors on the bottom there too. So it's really interesting that the first card that you have is the Gray Man, synergy, right? And synergy is all about balance, but it can also be just kind of like paying more attention to nature. When I see that card, I always think of being outside, like being in the forest, being near the plants, or just even if you have plants in your house, and just kind of breathing in the beautiful fresh air that the plants on our planet offer us. So we're so lucky to have it. If there is something going on with your life or something that you are not sure about, or maybe a decision you need to make, the next card you have is the Milky Way, which is about perspective. And when I get this card, it's always telling me that, okay, whatever the situation is that's going on with you, or if it's a decision you need to make, you need to look at it from a different perspective. Because whatever way you're looking at it now, it's just not making sense to you. It's just not clear. So if you look at it from a different angle, you step back and look at it from a different spot, you're going to get some clarity on that. You do have the grounding too, which is interesting. So there's two cards that come out. They're all really about plants and being outside. But this is a reminder from the universe just to stay grounded. Like, don't get too upset about things. Don't get too anxious about things. Just kind of take a deep breath and like pass it out to the universe, because the universe is going to take care of you. You did get the ancestors card at the bottom of the deck. So that is definitely a sign that it is time to reach out to your departed loved ones, or anybody on the other side that you want, and ask them for any help that you may need, especially if you need some clarity on something. Maybe you don't need clarity on something today, but in the future you may, because those cards are pointing in that direction for sure. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Okay,
good. All right, so now I'm going to pull some different cards for you and just see what spirit wants you. What's going on with you? That's what I'm asking them. What's going on? What can we help you with? Okay.
And I'm just lost. I'm
Sorry?
Today. Huh?
I think you're cutting in and out, so I'm losing you here.
I look, when you said something about trees and nature, I live in the woods.
Oh, no way. There you go. Well, there's confirmation right there, because I had no idea that you lived in the woods. So, the spirit world is obviously very happy that you're doing that, because they love nature and they love outside. So good for you. That's too funny. Okay, so I'm just asking to give you some cards, like general, like what's going on with you. So the first card that you do get here is the shadow card, which is the moon card in the old tarot. It is a number 9, which is all about completion. And it's basically whatever's going on with you, or what has been going on with you, there is light at the end of the tunnel, because that's what this card is telling me. Any obstacles along the way, maybe you've had some obstacles with a relationship in your life. This doesn't have to, it could be a romantic relationship. It may not be, right? It could be, with somebody that you work with or somebody in your family, but they are aware of possibly you having some challenges there. for when it comes to guidance, though, this is a beautiful card for you. You have the Firm Foundation card, which I love. So, and it's exactly what that is. The number 4 is all about building your foundation. You are a very strong person. You have this strong mountain behind you. And it just goes to show that, the guidance from the universe is there to help you. They're always there to help you, but they know that you are going to be successful because you have the strength within you to overcome anything that you need to in your life. You really do. Because your next card was the focus card, which is celebration, which is another beautiful card, which is, you basically rejoicing in celebration. Like, be grateful for the things that you have, rejoice and celebrate all the good things that are coming in for you. The overall outcome, which is interesting because these cards are all over the place, is the truth card. And I love this card for you because this card means many things. One thing it can mean is that the truth is coming out. If there's something that you're not sure of, which we kind of got in the last deck that I used, where I was like, maybe there's going to be a choice, maybe you have to look at things from a different perspective. But if that's what that is, the truth is going to come out, and you are going to get clarity on that, which is really good. The other meaning of this card, though, is also that it is a spiritual awakening card. And the lady on the card is actually looking out to the universe for the answers to her questions. So, and you have the ancestor card that came through, which is another way to get answers to your questions. Because sometimes that's what we have to do, is just we reach out to our ancestors and say, what should I do in this situation? Guide me, help me,
Right.
But let's go a little deeper. I'm going to do the whole thing again and just see if I can get a little bit of clarity. We have 2 minutes left. I can do this pretty quickly. All right. There's definitely a new beginning. Remember the first card I showed you last time was the moon card of the shadow, and I said to you, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Well, the card that's paired with that, the card that's coming with it to pair with that is the number 1, which is love begins. And there's a rainbow on this card, which is saying, the good after the bad, or yet again, light at the end of the tunnel, right? When it comes to any obstacles or challenges you have, pay attention to the universe. They are sending you signs. This is the crown chakra card. So these signs can come in dreams. They can come in like synchronicities of numbers like 1111, 1010, butterflies, whatever. But overall, the universe wants you to have patience and planning. The number 7 on this card is all about success. And whatever is going on with you, you are definitely very spiritually protected. You have a lot of ancestors around you that want nothing else but to help you and give you clarity. So definitely reach out to them. Enjoy living in the forest because they love that. Get outside and enjoy it. And I hope that helped you. It's pretty, general, but I hope that helped. And thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night. And as always, it's always great to be here. And, I'll be back again next week. Bye-bye.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Medicine for Your Spirit with Raylene Byrne. Raylene Byrne. Live from RayleneByrne.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Medicine for Your Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Namaste, everyone. Raylene Byrne, Medicine for Your Spirit. Well, 25th of July, it is the day out of time according to the Mayan calendar. It is the day of pause between the end of the Earth's galactic cycle and the beginning of the new one. So whatever time you have left in this day, it's really important to pause, reflect, think about what it is you are wanting to bring into your life. It's a beautiful day, a very powerful portal for creation, planning forward for the next 12 months. So this is based on the Mayan calendar, and how they arrive at this day out of time is simply the Mayan calendar follows the 13 moon cycles. So 13 28-day cycles through the year. So 13 28s are 364. So the one day that sits out of time, that is timeless, that is not regarded as an impact in their galactic cycle, is July 25th. And in a healing system that I do, it's also a day that is dedicated to the energy of manifestation of life purpose. It's one day a year that we get to tap into that energy on the planet. It raises it up for us. So telling you all or suggesting, inviting you to set some powerful intentions. And if you are interested, I have a beautiful process with using the Vesica Pisces sacred geometric shape. If you want to really power up your manifestation of purpose for the next 12 months, drop me an email and I'll send it to you for free. It's a beautiful process. It's the one thing I do every year on the July 25th. And at the end of the cycle, I look back and everything has been done, completed, and even some more. So it's there if you want it. Just drop me a line at RayleneByrne.com. So here we are, starting a new galactic year. Wow. I've just had the pleasure in my funny little world of speaking at a really large event, a very corporate sort of event, and all about wealth creation and property development. Now, to be honest, I have no idea about any of that. It's not my world. But I go in and I talk about connecting to your soul. And it was powerful. We did amazing meditation and a really big discussion on the importance of connecting. If we're not connected to ourselves, what we're desiring and wanting is never going to happen. There's always going to be blocks. So I feel very grateful and I'm feeling really charged. I'm ready for this new galactic year. I just feel like I've shifted into a new level of energy and offering. So stay tuned to my site. I'll be running monthly YouTubes and monthly webinars on various subjects. So if you're interested, come and tune in. Now, I do have Victoria here on the line. Hi, Victoria. How can I help? Be of service, assistance, guidance? What would you like support with today?
Well, first of all, good evening. How are you as well? I'm well.
Great. Good to hear.
Well, I just so I've had a lot of changes happen in my life. So I guess I just want some guidance on how I'm going to do really moving forward towards my business and also a person that I am seeing. So I guess I kind of want to know about work and love, I guess both.
Okay, work and love. So look, you know what? It all comes back to, I'll pull a card for you anyway, but it all comes back to how do I want to feel? stepping into a new relationship or a relationship that you're in that's in change. Your business, how do I want to feel with my business going to the next level? What do I need to do to expand that? How have I got the capacity within myself? These are questions we need to ask ourselves. So we can't grow and expand if we're still living in the old beliefs and the old patterns. So we've got to start looking at where the limitations are or the reoccurring cycles so we can consciously start to move through them to move into something else. So let's see what we've got here for Victoria. Let's get a message for her. Let's start off with this deck around just information, general information around her I want to use the word expansion for you, expansion with your business and in love. Let's see. Let's look at business first, expansion in business. Okay, this is about gratitude. This is about having incredible gratitude. Now, you know, people say gratitude is, you know, oh yeah, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. Or we write down, you know, 5 things I'm grateful for every day. This is my slant on it, and it works really well. And it's people come back to me all the time and they say it's like a miracle. And it's simply this: random times through the day, random. It takes less than 10 seconds. You just pause, you close your eyes, you breathe in. And as you're breathing in, you say to yourself, what am I grateful for right now? And then you open your eyes as you exhale and you look around you and you pick one thing and you acknowledge that whatever you're grateful for about that, and that's it. And you crack on with your day. What happens when you do that random times? You are building, like compound interest, the frequency of gratitude in your field. When your field is pulsing more with the energy of gratitude and appreciation, guess what happens? You become a magnet. You become this flame of attraction and more things come to you. So the first thing I'd be looking at is grateful for everything you've done and grateful for your ability to grow and expand and move into the next level with the word I want to use for you is fearlessness. I really feel fearlessness is something you need to look at. Let's see if there's any message here for love for you, and then I'll come back to both of them. Pardon me. Victoria and love. Okay, you've got to draw on some inner strength here. It's very interesting. The hag stone has come up. I don't know if you know what a hag stone is, but a hag stone is a stone that you find in nature, out in the wild, wilderness, at a beach, at a river, whatever, and it's a stone that has a perfect hole worn through it through water, the movement of water. So it's a stone with a hole, and they're considered to be magical. So when I look at this, the hole in the stone in here is letting a lot of light through. So I feel that you're going through a little bit of an adjustment when I look at this about tapping more into your own, and I'm going to use that word again, capacity, which means your light, your ability to have more light within yourself so you can draw upon that to call to you the things that you want for the next level. So one of my teachings that I offer people is everything I think, say, feel and do, it is my responsibility to take it to the level of how I want my life to be, which means you're the only one that can make the changes. You're the only one that can do the upgrades. You're the only one. So it's not about flogging yourself around, I'm so negative. It's about understanding when I have a negative thought or impulse, I can change it into something really positive. So let's see what's going on. Guidance, general guidance for her business and love. Give me 2 cards here. An earth element, please, and a fire element. So where she's at and an action to take. Here we go for Victoria. Okay, so the first one coming up is miracle. So what's a miracle? You know, people think, oh, you know, it's an act of God, and it could be. But a miracle in simple everyday understanding is a change in perception. That's all it is. When we change a perception, miraculous, magical, mystical things start happening. We think it is because, oh my God, look at this. It's like a miracle. This thing's coming to me. It's because we've changed something about how we think. Coming back to the basics, everything I think, say, feel and do, it is my responsibility to take it to the level of what I want, how I want my life to be. I'm hearing very strongly, because the next one here for you coming up is transformation. This is your fire energy, transformation. This is standing in your light. Now, a lot of people, especially in this world with everything that's going on, we're very quick to protect ourselves. We want protection. Right. I don't believe in protection, and I'll tell you why. Because if I am trying to protect myself, then what I'm saying is I believe something out there in the world is more powerful than me. When we come into our own inner light, our divinity, our spark of God or source or universe or light or whatever you believe in, when you know that that exists in you, there is nothing more powerful than you in the universe. So this is how you start your day. Today, I stand in my light. When we make that declaration every day, goosebumps, every time I say it, I get goosebumps. Today, I stand in my light. What you're doing is you are building a force field from your light coming out. And that elevates your sense of value, which means anything and anyone who wants to be a part of your world has to match you at that same level. They can't have entry. And that's with relationships, that's with business, that's with career, that's with money. When you raise your own quality of light, you get a strong force field. Nothing and no one can do anything to you unless you give them permission. Was that of any help to you, Victoria?
Yes, it was. So thank you. Thank you very, very much. It was definitely insightful.
And the other thing I want to say before you go is, today I stand in my light. It's so powerful. It really is. If you start to do that on a regular basis, you will feel that energy really open up. The other thing to do, and this is something, and I'm being told to say this to you because that's why I have to add this in. We are under the illusion through this world that we have to work on being enough. I am enough. I am enough. You do the mirror work. I am enough. All of that. You know what? That's done. Instead of saying I am enough, this is another declaration. Every now and again through your day, just stop, pause before you go to meetings, before you meet your partner or your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever it is. Stop, breathe into yourself and acknowledge and say to yourself, today, I step into my expansive, glorious self. That takes you way beyond I am enough. And this is where we're going in this world. We've got to start knowing, remembering the light that we are, remembering the power that we are, remembering the source that lives within us, and start to express that. So have fun with those. Love to hear how you go. It does change things very, very quickly because you start to own your own power. So thank you for calling in, and all the best with that.
Thank you.
And aim high. That's all I need to say. Thanks, Victoria. So for those who have tuned in, same thing, play with those declarations. And if you want to know more, come to my website, rayleneburn.com, sign up for the webinars or the monthly meditations that'll be on soon, and we will see you the rest of this year. Bye for now. Namaste.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network. And watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Sessions with Spirit with Gene Rose. Live from Facebook.com/Tarot Readings by Gene Rose. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Sessions with Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to the 27th episode of Sessions with Spirit. I am your host, Gene Rose, a.k.a. JJ. It is wonderful to have you all here this evening. Guys, if you are stateside, I would like to wish you a beautiful and wonderful happy 4th of July. I hope you all are having fun, but more importantly, staying safe. So, guys, I figured we would open with a card for everyone. I don't like saying collective. To me, words like that just get a bit redundant after a while. So, like I said, so we can understand and realize, and don't forget tomorrow's a new moon. So we can understand and realize what energy we are exactly walking into the weekend with. I don't know about you, but as far as I go, that last full moon, I cannot. Oh my gosh, it was intense. It was intense. The one thing I remember the most about it, though, was the morning after. I woke up with such a sense of relief. Now, I know this month we have the blessing moon. That, I believe, is on the, 25th. No, 21st. So especially with that being on a Sunday, definitely take note of the phases this month. And the reason why I say that is because as we go into and approach that full moon, you really want to use this energy for things that are going to serve you. Don't allow the energy to work against you. I know that is difficult, especially when it is as overwhelming as it has been. It's been intense. It's been really intense. In fact, a few of my friends and I have been looking at each other, and we've been like, is Mercury in retrograde? Because I cannot. But like I said, it makes sense, especially when we think of tomorrow being the new moon. Tonight, what I am going to have you all do is perhaps make a list of things that you want to usher in this month as a whole, especially with it being so close still to the 1st. There's still time for you to set goals. So do that, and that way you have an area of focus. So for everyone, the first card was the 6 of Cups. That card is going to relate to childlike joy, really being in that space and embracing all of that beautiful energy. Think of a child at Disneyland or Disney World, okay? And I'm not talking about when a kid sees Santa and they break down and throw themselves on the floor. No. I'm talking about when they're like, Stitch. Yes, Ada, that was for you. And they throw their arms back and they are running towards them. That's the energy that I want you to walk into this weekend with. Really embracing the new moon. So embracing Friday. Okay. Saturday, Sunday, the whole kit and caboodle. Okay. There's going to be a lot of progress that is made this weekend. The second card was Chariot. That card is all about movement. It's all about progress moving forward. I don't want to say that fast forward because I think things are going to happen in due timing. But I definitely think that there are some ways that we can relate to that success and help to usher it in. You know, think and be in that leadership position. That final card was the Emperor. That card is all about jumping in the driver's seat, you know, being that leader. But it's also a success card. You know, 4 is the power number. Think of 4 sides of a square. It represents foundation. So definitely stand solid as we approach this new moon. Guys, we have a couple of followers requests that we're going to be doing this evening, as well as a couple of callers. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I am going to apologize ahead of time for my voice. I have been doing my best all day, drinking tea and having honey to just coat it so I don't sound as harsh and as raspy. Yes, It has been a challenge the last few days, but we have prayed to the voice gods, and it seems like we are all set. We're good. So fingers crossed it continues throughout the half hour. Let's take a caller. Shall we? Up we have Tish. Tish, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well, love. Thank you so much for asking. What are we reading on tonight?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, you're fine, love. I said, what are we reading on this evening? What would you like a reading on?
I was wondering if there's any messages from my husband.
If there's any what with your husband? I'm sorry.
Messages. He passed. It'll be almost a year coming up.
Okay, my love. My condolences, of course, for your loss. I'm going to do a little bit of automatic writing. Usually I just jump straight to dealing with spirit and to talking to spirit. Or for you, for some reason, I feel like you would do better if you actually saw it. And whether you are listening or watching to me right now, it doesn't matter. If you go back on my page, Tarot Readings by Genos, and you follow me. And love, I'm not doing this, Tish, for a follow. Okay? I'm going to be holding up my notepad. Yes, I'm going to be holding up my notebook as I write. So you'll be able to see what I am writing. That's why. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you can watch the episode over again, and you'll see exactly what it is that I'm scribbling down. First things first, he keeps drawing me to calla lilies. I don't know where those come into play. I don't know if those were at your wedding or at his funeral, but he keeps drawing me to those. Is that like a favorite flower of yours?
Yes.
Okay. Did you want them? Like, where did the white ones come into play, love?
The flowers?
Yes.
A lot of the flowers came from me and my family.
Okay. Yes, because I feel like a deep connection. Do you still wear your ring?
Yes.
Okay. He says thank you for that. He does show me, but have people told you to like wear it or change it? Why do I see it being melted? Has someone been in your ear about like melting it down or turning it into another piece of jewelry?
Like a necklace, wear it on my necklace.
Okay. He said you have his blessing if you wish to do that. If you wish, I feel like there's part of you that you feel like he's connected to that ring. And even as a necklace, even though it would still be the same gold, it's like, no, it's not the same. It's not the same. It won't have, and he understands that. So he has peace with whatever you choose. If you want it as a necklace, he gives you his blessing. If you want to keep it as your ring, he absolutely loves you for it. Loves you for it. He says, thank you. He does show me white roses that is going to symbolize him being at peace. And then he extends the bouquet. And that is going to signify him saying thank you.
Okay.
Did you do something special at his funeral? I don't know if you did the eulogy.
Yes.
Okay.
I read a very emotional letter.
He knows how hard that was for you. That nearly broke you.
Yes.
He says thank you for those words. That meant the absolute world to him. The send-off you gave him was absolutely incredible. He calls it exquisite. And that, I take it, was not a word that he would generally use. But he's like, no, it was beautiful. beautiful. Like,
I spent $1,000 on roses and baby breath flowers.
oh my God, look, grand. Like a wedding. It was like above and beyond. Like, he can't believe. He's like, do you know what she did for me? And he gushes over it. Just everywhere. Everywhere. Why do I feel like when you walked in the room, all you smelled was flowers? That's it. That is it. There's nothing else. It smelled almost like a florist. I don't know if several people said, were people making comments? He's like, everybody was joking. He's like, I had more flowers at my funeral than a wedding. Like, he's like, yeah, because that was my funeral. He can't believe it. He cannot believe. It was gorgeous, JJ. It was gorgeous. He's like, you should have seen it.
He deserved it.
And he loves you for that love. He cannot thank you enough. Like I said, and I keep seeing the word grand. It was like grand, just massive. Yes, grand. And that's just one thing that he wants you to know. So even with all the sleepless nights, with how hard it has been without him, he wants, and you talk to him at night. You talk to him throughout the entire day, but specifically at night. Why does he show me you turning over to his side of the bed and you starting to, like, you talk, and then you're like, oh, you're not here. You can't hear me. And then you stop.
I talk to him all day long. Driving in the car, I look up the sky. I talk to him all day long in the house, in the bed. I look at his ashes and talk to him.
Yes. Because he hears you. And when you speak to him, I mean, he's listening. He's listening. Have you had certain things happen in the house? Like little things where you're like, no, I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I haven't been sleeping. I'm seeing things, but you're not. He's like, no. He's like, it's me. Does that make sense?
Okay. There was a red cardinal, there was a red cardinal. It flew on a branch 4 feet from my head and just stayed there for a while looking at me.
That was him. And then what happened with the song, with the radio?
The song, the radio, oh my God.
Yeah, I just wrote that down. Love song.
I keep asking him to play our favorite song or a song that I love that he knows I want to hear. I said, before I get home from work, I want to hear it. And as soon as I pull into, he plays it.
I mean, I don't say this lightly, and I hope with all the evidence I've given you thus far, you know that he's with you. I do. I truly do. I hope that you know that he's with you.
I do. I'm just glad he's with his mom and dad.
Yes. And grandparents, too. Mm-hmm. Yes. He's not alone by any means. He is with his family, but he's waiting for you. So please just know that and take that with you from here on out.
I appreciate you. You're spot on everything you're saying.
Oh, love, you're so welcome. It was absolutely my pleasure. It was my honor to be able to channel him. So thank you so much for allowing me to do this for you. And like I said, make sure you follow me on Facebook. That way you can see me scribbling down those words, because I wrote the word song down. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I definitely will.
Well, Tish, you take care. You have a beautiful night, and I definitely look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you. This meant so much to me. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You have a beautiful night, and happy 4th. Happy 4th.
You too. Happy 4th. Have a good night. Right. Thank you. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Up next, we have Heidi. Heidi, how are you this evening?
I'm good.
I'm so glad to hear that, love. How's your 4th?
Oh, it's been pretty stressful. Just
stayed home, went out to lunch with my husband, and not doing anything really.
Oh, okay. I know, a nice quiet night at home. What are we reading on tonight, love?
Yeah. Say that again, I'm sorry?
What are we reading on tonight? I'm so sorry. I'm from New York. I have like the worst accent. No offense to my New Yorkers, but I literally feel like either you understand what I'm saying or you don't. Like even my wife will be like, "What did you say?" And I'll repeat it. And she'll be like, "No, like say it slower." And I say it slower and she'll be like, "All right, spell it." And I'm like, "Oh my God. Like, you don't know what we've been together 10 years. Like, you don't know what I'm saying?" I forget we talk fast. So yes.
You too.
So like I was saying, what would you like to be read on tonight?
Oh goodness. I've had so much happening in my life. I just want to know if things are going to get better.
Okay. I can totally do that. Absolutely. In fact, that is one of my favorite readings. Reason being is I will pull cards in a general sense. That is going to allow anything and everything to come up in the cards that not only you need to know right now, but also that you need to know in the future.
Okay.
Why do I feel like everything is falling apart, but at the same time you're getting pulled in like 8 or 9 different directions?
Because I am.
It's overwhelming to you, and I kind of feel like I can't catch my breath. And every time you do catch your breath, boom, someone comes up or pops up with another freaking problem. Oh my gosh. Love, no wonder you are so overwhelmed. You're not catching any breaks. That can be really tough to deal with, you know, especially when it's not.
I have a hard time saying no.
I noticed that you are a little bit of a people pleaser, which is okay. But you did receive the 9 of Cups. That is going to be a card about overdoing or overthinking something. Not only are you a people pleaser, you also have anxiety. No shade to you. I also have anxiety, so I totally get. Oh, love, you are in the right hands. Trust me when I say that. Because then what happens is if you say no, then forever and a day will you sit there and stress over saying no. And then what are they going to say about me? What are they going to think about me? Are they mad at me? Are they this? Are they that? It turns into you going down the rabbit hole. Am I right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So I totally get it. The Hangman was your first card that's going to refer to you being stuck in a limbo. Okay. So really having kind of that feeling like, and that not as bad as like the Tower. Not to say that the Tower is a bad card. It's not. It's not. It just refers to things falling apart. But sometimes they need to fall apart in order to come back together in a bigger and better way. This card is just going to refer to being in limbo. But again, it points to a transition. So does that limbo worry me? Absolutely not. Especially when it's followed by the 7 of Wands. That's a card that's going to represent a hard-fought victory. I also want to point something out. The wand suit corresponds to the element of fire. The fire energy is going to be all about resiliency. It's also going to be about passion, creativity, fortitude, strength, courage, bravery, you name it. Being pushed outside your comfort zone. Realizing not only that you can do it, but also that it's going to be the beginning of something new. And I want to say, don't laugh. Don't laugh. But I want to say something enchanting. I don't know where that word just came from, but it just dropped on me like a bomb. I feel like if you continue on this path, and I'm not saying the one of, dare I say, self-destruction, okay? Because there is a bit that you can control that you keep entertaining. There is part of you that just needs to get off the hamster wheel. You got to learn to start saying no. I promise you, you and I will even do it together, okay? We'll hold each other accountable. Seriously.
Okay.
But with that, you have to know and understand that in moving forward, you have to make the choice. Are you going to make yourself a priority, or are you going to keep making others a priority? Is your happiness your priority, or is it going to be to constantly make sure others are happy? The third card was a page. Pages refer to the start or beginning of something new. The cup suit is going to be that emotion suit. So that's why I said, don't worry about it. There's happiness ahead. You are going to get through this. I think what's going to happen is you're getting pushed into the point or in the position to where you can't take it anymore, and you get so fed up that you stop people pleasing and you quit saying yes all the time, and you start learning how to set those boundaries. That way you can put your foot down and actually stick with it and not go back and forth or feel bad. Does that make sense?
Yes, very much.
The fourth card was that 9 of Cups, like I said before, that overthinking, overdoing. You know what? When you put it out there that you need help, people are going to answer. Same thing reversed. If people, they need help or whatever, once in a while, that is fine. But when it becomes a habitual thing that happens over and over and over, and you are overextending yourself to the point where you are not only making yourself last priority, but you're not even on the list anymore. Honey, you're on the napkin that was thrown away. You got to change that. And you got to instead put yourself first. What do they always say on a plane? Put your mask on first before you help another person, right?
Right.
That's what they say. Because if you're not at your best, how are you going to help someone else? I just pulled an extra card for you. Oh my God, you got the star. The star card is going to refer to a hope, wish, or dream coming true. The reading just took a turn. Yes, it just took a massive turn. I'm so happy for you. I feel like, especially with this new moon, new energy is going to be ushered in. Just remember what I said about setting those important boundaries. Okay?
Yes.
Don't.
I've actually just this week I've withdrawn, and I have not helped. I know this sounds terrible, but I've basically told all my children I'm taking a hiatus.
I am so proud of you.
That I have 12 grandkids, and I'm very bonded to most of them. But my daughter just had twins on the first, and it was her second set of twins. She does everything in twos. Her birthday's on October.
That is beautiful. Oh, but I can only imagine. Oh my goodness, second set of twins. Woo.
Yeah.
My goodness.
So,
that is beautiful.
Anyways, I, got into a situation emotionally, and I basically just emotionally vomited all over everybody. And I had to step back. And because I handled it poorly, I've been beating myself up and have had just so much anxiety. And for the first time in a very, very decades, I went and got help.
Good for you.
Because I thought I was losing my mind.
Yes, love. Hell yeah. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you. Do you know that? That takes a lot.
Thank you.
That takes
it was hard for me.
You did it. Yes, Queen. Hell yes. I am so proud. That is amazing. And 12 grandkids, that is a lot. Okay? You're not the bad guy for needing a break. And it's okay if you, as you call it, I love it, emotionally vomited. I love you, Heidi. Oh my God. It is totally fine. Not for nothing. I'm a mom too. It is fine. We're allowed to have those moments. We are human. We are not perfect. As much as they like to look at us that way, we are not. And I'm sorry, but if mama ain't happy, nobody is happy. And whether you are mom or mom, and as we say in Italian, nonna, when you're playing both those roles, it's nonstop. Nonstop. Because you're answering their questions for them being a new parent. You're tending to the grandchildren. You're tending to them. You're cooking, you're cleaning, you're doing everything. You feel like you can't sit down because you go into mama bear mode all over again. I get it. I totally get it. But it's okay for you to take that time for you. that star card, everything is going to work out.
Totally understanding. She just basically was like, Mom, we all have emotional explosions, and we all have times like that where I thought she was never going to forgive me and never let me see the grandkids again. It was just the opposite. Totally understanding, which...
Heidi, you're her mom.
I was...
You're her mom. Love, no, never are you... No. The bond that you have with your daughter, she looks up to you and she respects you a lot. A lot. She has great love for you. And not for nothing, I don't think she'd be able to handle the family that she has today if it weren't for you. If you weren't her mom. You've taught her so much. That grace, where did she get that from? You. You taught her that. So that is definitely something that you should give yourself a pat on the back for. Don't overthink it anymore. It is perfectly fine. We all have those moments. I'm not trying to play it down and be like, oh, it's fine. It's okay. Because I get how it's stressful and how you would overthink it. Because anytime we think that we hurt our children, it's like, oh my gosh, like we can't, right? But I'm telling you, they look at you with nothing but love. Oh, love, you're so welcome. I would love to keep in touch with you, especially in terms of all these grandbabies. Oh my gosh. Yes. That is fantastic. Second set of twins. Oh my gosh. Heidi, I definitely hope that this helps you. I really do, my love.
Yes, very much. It's been very validating. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You have a beautiful night and happy 4th of July.
Thank you. Thanks to you. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Lovelies, well, that is almost bringing us to a close. Those were some amazing readings tonight. I always love when I get to do mediumship. Last week it was very special as it was tonight. Definitely happy that I was able to give that reading and give those messages. I know it gets me in my feels, and I'm trying not to get choked up. Guys, if you like my style of reading, definitely check me out at Tarot Readings by Ginos. You can find me on Facebook, or you can find me on TikTok or Instagram. Follow me at Tarot by Ginos. Remember, I am available for private sessions and appointments. Contact me below and book your session today. You guys have a beautiful and safe 4th of July. I love you all. Until next week. See you guys soon.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Judith Miller in Spirit with Judith Miller. Judith Miller. Live from Miller-Judith.com/Judith-Miller. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites. AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Judith Miller and Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everybody, and good day if you're on the other side of the water. My name is Judith Miller, and I'm here for the next half hour with myself and Spirit. So I'm from the island of Ireland, in case nobody knows the accent, and I very much love, my passion is the communication with Spirit. We have tools, we have different ways, but my passion is to connect with Spirit directly to your loved ones, to pass those messages, and also to help with physical interactions. So before I get started with Spirit, I'd like to do a few announcements first. So on the 16th of August, I'm holding an event from 7:30 p.m. UK time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time for spiritual name blessing. So we all have been given names at birth by our parents. Some countries have a naming day, christening day, baptism day, but we all have a spiritual name as well, and only Spirit can give us that name. I'm very grateful I received my spiritual name, and I have been guided by Spirit to help other people understand their spiritual name, and in doing so it helps connect you to your own spiritual essence. So tickets can be purchased for the 16th of August at 7:30. It is online, and Zoom links will be distributed, and you can contact me via my website, via my Facebook page, or here on Moonstruck TV, Air Psychic Radio, or AskRadio.com. Now, I also host a bi-weekly prophetic news with a Marcus Fornoitzer, and he's in Mexico. And we host with Spirit, and we share predictions. Spirit kindly shares their predictions of what's to come. And they also share with us revelations that we have been made to believe that they're slightly different to what we have been growing up and what we've been taught. So each fortnight, myself and Marcus, we share Spirit's voice. And a lot of the predictions have already come true, with a lot more still to come. Episode 9 is out yesterday on my YouTube channel, and on my Facebook page you will also get things just changed a little bit, it's through me. So you will also get to hear Spirit's predictions. Now in episode 8 we predicted the attempted assassination of Mr. Trump. And it was quite just, there's a lot has already come true with the royal family, with America, with Canada, with Australia. And there's a lot more to come. So I would give anybody the heads up and say, if you haven't tapped into prophetic news yet, do so from the beginning, because Spirit takes you on a journey, and each episode they continue to add more and validate what they've already given. We never have to validate anything. Spirit validates it themselves, because it all comes true after it's been posted. So there is a lot happening next month. In August is a big month, and there's more information there regarding Mr. Trump in episode 6 and 7 and episode 8. And now in episode 9. So Judith Miller YouTube channel, and it's the Prophetic News podcast. So I hope you enjoy that, because it's amazing how Spirit can kind of give us heads up and prepare us. But also they very much share the truths of those enigmas of our world that would surprise you. Now, after I finish here, guys, I will be live straight after here at 8 p.m. With Alice Trevor. She's a lovely, another medium from Scotland. And we will be live with Kelly Bricknell, all the way from America, as our guest, live on Facebook and my YouTube channel. And we will be doing a lovely chat show straight after this show, 5 p.m. Eastern time. And then we will be doing free readings after the chat show. So it's you've got me for a full night tonight on many different platforms. So that will be the Sparkle of Light spiritual chat show from 8 p.m. right through after here. So let me see. We've got Jason from Aiken, South Carolina. How are you, Jason?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, Jason. Can you hear me okay? My accent might throw you off a bit, so I apologise.
That's fine.
Jason, perfect. I wanted to explain, I very much, I work quite differently to other mediums in the sense that I work purely spirit. I don't work psychically. I work very much spirit. And I work with a physical side to it. So if we have time, I'd like to make time if you're happy to even try and experience that physical connection. It's the most beautiful connection. Sorry?
Fine with me. That's fine with me.
Perfect. Okay. So Jason, can I I want to talk about, there's a gentleman in spirit, and I'm being told father figure, and I'm also being told heart. So he's making me aware of a condition, did he pass with a heart condition? I want to say there's a gentleman in spirit, a father figure around you. And he talks about...
My uncle has a heart condition, but he hasn't passed.
Okay. Please, can I check heavenly plane or earthly plane, please? Heavenly plane. Okay, no, this is a gentleman in spirit who passed. Do you understand? I'm asking him for more information, and he's saying to me hose pipe, and I feel like I'm being shown a big hose pipe with water. Somebody's getting soaked with water, messing about with water.
I don't think so.
Okay, I want to connect that to memory. Okay, so I feel I'm going back. Okay, I feel I'm going back. Heavenly plane or earthly plane, please. Okay, and I'm also being told about brothers on the earthly plane. Go ahead, please.
Being told about what?
Brothers.
I don't have any brothers.
Okay, sorry. The hose pipe, would you understand it as water hose?
None of that's making any sense or anything.
Okay, so what I would like to say, Jason, is when we're connecting with the spirit world, everything that comes forward will be relevant as how we place it, and it might not always be directly for us, but somebody within our life circle, as in family or our friends. So if you keep an open mind, we'll continue, and I'll ask them how to link more in to explain who they are, okay?
Okay.
When they talk about the water hose, I'm being told it's a memory, okay? And I feel like I'm out on the front lawn and I'm messing about with like a water hose. I'm seeing people laughing and like ducking and diving the water, but it's all fun. I'm seeing a tree. There's a tree in the garden, and then there's just pavement. There's just pavement, like footpaths. Going. So there's no gate. There's no fence around it. I'm just seeing a path in front of it. Do you understand? Have you a grandfather, please, in spirit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and did grandfather have angina or have issues to do with his heart, please?
He did.
Okay. And can I ask, does grandfather have brothers, please?
He's got 3.
Thank you. And is there one of those brothers still alive?
Two of them are.
2. Okay. So we're talking about the father figure who had a heart condition. So it is granddad who's coming forward. He's making you aware of the heart condition, Jason, to show you his way of validating the memory. If it's not your memory, it's his memory. He talks about brothers on the earthly plane. Was his brothers starting to make a bit more sense now?
Little bit. Okay.
When you listen to this back, it will make sense. He's validating as he goes. So do you understand? Okay, and he talks about armband, and I feel that somebody, I want to say to do with swimming, either somebody didn't like the water and couldn't swim, or he was teaching somebody the water, how to swim.
That was me.
Okay. Thank you. So he's talking about what he's talking about is he's bringing forward memories, Jason, memories to show you he's still very much around you. He's linking in his condition that he had, his health condition. He's also acknowledging his two brothers on the earthly plane. He's talking about the memory of the water hose, and it's fun. So I feel if you ask his brothers, if you can't remember that, he will. It will be the part of their memory. And he also talks about the swimming with the armbands, and I feel that somebody's still not comfortable with water, or they had a fear with water. I'm getting told a fear of water. Would that be correct?
That would be my sister.
Okay, because he's making aware of the fear of water. Okay, please can I ask what else you would like me to pass to Jason for you, please?
David, where my life is going, and then love if you can do it.
Where your wife is going and love?
Yeah.
Okay. Please can we ask for Jason? He would like to know, Grandad, where his wife is going and for love, please. Do you understand, Jason, that Grandfather's saying to me, you have to love yourself first. You have to love yourself first. You're carrying a lot of hurt. And I'm carrying a lot of, I want to say, sadness.
A lot.
And yeah. And sometimes we don't like ourselves very much. Does that make sense?
Yeah, almost every day.
Okay. Jason, can I also ask, is there alcohol connection here? I don't mean it in an ignorant or bad way, but I always must pass what I'm being told. And I feel...
Yes, there is
okay.
A lot.
Okay, because I'm being told about alcohol and how it changes people. And I also feel somebody's asking for help. Help.
What was that?
I feel you're asking for help. Does that make sense?
Major.
I never got that last bit, Jason.
Yes, I need help with the alcohol.
Okay, so you understand how you have to love yourself first. If I can explain that in some way, because people will say, you should think of others, and we do, but if we can't help and love ourselves, then we are never going to get that love and help that we need of other people, or we want other people to feel. And I have to say that the alcohol's not going to drown away the pain and the sadness that you're experiencing, because you don't want to talk about it. And I understand you don't want to talk about it. But if you can talk to somebody that doesn't know you, it's going to be a big step, because you feel you're going to be judged, because you're judging yourself before you begin. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't really have anybody to talk to. I'm in a state where I don't know anybody. So.
Okay. There's people there that can help, but honestly, You crave love. You crave love. And when I say you crave love, I want to say there's a lot of pain and there's a lot of sadness coming through from the past as well. Does that make sense? I want to say childhood, growing up.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Okay. And do you understand cycles? I feel there's cycles of things. So the children that I seen with the water hose, I feel must be granddad and his brothers. And I also want to say that the pain and the sadness that you carry, you're carrying it forward in cycles because before you, when you were growing up, they didn't know how to deal with anything, either parents or how you were, your family that you raised you. They didn't know how to deal with it, and so you don't know how to deal with it. But I have to say, just say you're struggling and speak up. And Jason, look in that mirror and be proud of the fact that you actually want to change, and you want that because you wouldn't have mentioned that if you didn't want that. And as much as we want to help other people, we have to help ourselves first. And I do want to say there's new doors coming for you, and you're a lot stronger than you think. You're a lot stronger than you think. And there is new love coming for you. It's either a renewed love or a new love. So it's either, I'm not sure if they're saying renewed or new, but you have the power and you have the strength within you. You just have to trust you have. There's new beginnings for you, Jason. And once you start to see the change, you're going to be bowled over. And I want to say, you don't meditate or you don't do anything like that. But I want to advise that, see if you can meditate. When you go on and look for meditations to do with self-love, addiction, it's all to do, we have to heal with the energy body for it to in the physical, because everything we go through on a spiritual, mental and physical level. So we have to heal each one. And if we really want that, but we aren't putting the action into it, we're not in balance. So I have to say, you're going to come back to me, Jason. Honestly, I'm confident you're going to come back to me and you're going to say, I did it. I did it.
That's what I want.
You're going to do it. You are going to do it. You've tried a few times. But as you've tried, you've tried, but with the intention of going into it that you want to, but you weren't wanting to. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does a lot.
Okay. And it's like a crutch. It's like a crutch. And, the love you're missing, you deserve. You very much deserve that love. And you very much deserve the time and the time to invest in yourself, because you're quite lost. You're quite lost within yourself, and it's easy to get like that. I can get lost many times, and it's quite hard. But the strength that you gain when you come through that is so empowering. It's so empowering. And I want to say, every little step is a step of progress. Oh, try to see every little step as that step of progress. When I always talk in the spiritual sense, I always guide and mentor in the spiritual sense, but we are never judged. We judge ourselves, or people around us judge us. But I always say, behind every person, there's a story. And behind you, Jason, there's a story and there's a person. And you're willing yourself to change, and you're willing yourself You want to enjoy life. You know,
I definitely do.
Yeah, but you also struggle with other people's opinions and judgments. And it's okay for other people to judge, but until they're going through that specific process, they don't understand. They don't understand. Can I give you a little tip, Jason? It's a great way to help us see, and it doesn't matter what the addiction is or what the scenario is, it works 110%. So see every time. So see, to begin with, focus on just today. Just today. Every day, just focus on that day. Set yourself little goals to tea time, to the evening, to bedtime. Set yourself little goals. And see, every time you're struggling, you have your own spirit team, Jason. You have your own angels and you have your own guides. And this, trust me, it works every time. When you're really struggling, just close your eyes and focus on your breathing and ask into yourself. You're talking to your spirit team and just say into yourself, please give me the name of a song that I don't know that will help give me strength and guidance going forward. And just relax the breathing and focus on the breathing. And a word, even if you don't understand that word, Jason, put it into YouTube, put it into Spotify. The word, it might be a sentence of a song, put it in, and you will shock yourself at how accurate your guides and your angels are going to support you and give you that encouragement, because every single song that they give you is going to give you strength. And I always say a little prayer every night, and I always say, Heavenly Father, please, when I go to sleep tonight, take my inner spirit to the school of learning so that I may learn the knowledge of truth to share with my brothers and sisters on earth. And you'll be able to watch that back on the live stream. And honestly, whether you believe in the divine light, whether you believe in the source, the universe, God, you will be supported at all times, Jason. All times. You just have to ask them to support you, and they will support you. It's hard. It's hard. What do you find the hardest, Jason? You find hard talking about it?
Yeah, I mean, rough.
Is there a third party involved in this some way, please?
Nah, it's just me by myself.
Okay. So your wife's not there?
By who?
You said wife.
No, I said I'm by myself. I don't have a wife or a girlfriend.
Okay. So you're finding it hard to find someone because, you know, there's someone for every single person. We have a soulmate, we have a twin soul, they're two different, but our soulmate, you will know when you meet your soulmate. And it may be hard because right now it might feel that there's no one there, but there is. See, when we talk about, we talk about manifesting and we talk about the law of attraction, and when we work with spirit, a lot of the time, instead of focusing on what we really want, we focus more on what we don't want to happen. So when we do that, it appears. So, do you ever hear of vision boards, Jason?
No, I have not.
A vision board is an amazing way to manifest your life. You can start off with anything you want. You can just put up pictures of, you can put up a note, you can put up pictures, you can put up anything you want, as in to direct you to what you want to manifest in life. Should it be career, love, like personal home life, and everything you put up there, you're building that picture, you're creating. And as long as we believe in what we're creating and believing, we achieve. But I do have to say to you, I want to say renewed. I feel that there's someone within relationship wise that you still have feelings for, or that you would like to maybe consider trying again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I want to try again with her, but she's already in a new relationship. But
okay, because Spirit are very much saying renewed. Please, can I ask, will Jason focus on being with a renewed relationship, or should he move on, please? Do you understand? Have you asked her? Because I have to make you aware, I'm being told that she's not happy. She's feeling quite lost within herself too.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to her about it, but and she just said it didn't work out, and it's not going to work out, but I know it can work out.
Show her. Show her. Show her that you're doing the change. Yeah. Don't give up. Change that I tried to, I can, and I will. And I know I'm not being flippant in any way, but I know you have the power within you. I know you have that strength within you. And I have to say to you, she's going to come back to you, and it will be a renewed love, and you're going to go forward and change your life and turn it around. Trust.
I hope so, because I moved from New Jersey to South Carolina for her and gave up everything.
Make the change, Jason. Step out, focus on you, do it for you going forward, and she's going to come back.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the Hallie Elise Show with Hallie Elise. Hallie Elise. Live from HallieElise.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Hallie Elise Show on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone. As always, I am delighted and excited to be with you tonight. I was thinking about this evening's show. Originally, I was supposed to have a guest. Unfortunately, he was unable to make it. Things happen, right? Life. And people always say, oh my gosh, well, what are you going to do? Well, we'll go on the air as usual. We have to take a look at what's going on in our world. We have enough stressors from outside. We don't need any more on the inside. And I'm sure a lot of you understand what I'm talking about, the political climate that we've been experiencing for some time. It's not just this election. It was previous to this election. I could go back a couple of elections. The point that I'm trying to make is we have stressors on the outside. When we are home, when we have our work, when we are occupied with things that are important to us, we should make them as easy and as simple as possible. And one of the things that you can do is to meditate. And I know a lot of folks go, oh God, meditation. No, I've tried that before. I can't sit quiet. I can't do that whole, yogi thing and hold my fingers in that pose. That's not working. However, there are many, many forms of meditation. And one of the easiest really is to use a visualization technique and connect with something that makes you feel good. I'm positive everyone here has had at least one thing in their life that made them feel good. So if you would, as long as you're not driving, take a moment, close your eyes, and allow yourself to just be in that moment when something felt good. What did it feel like? Was it when your child was born? Or you first got a kitten or a puppy? Or perhaps you cooked a meal for the very first time and it was amazing and everybody enjoyed it. Maybe it was first time you tried ice cream or you walked on the beach. Possibly something just totally unique to you. When you think about these things, how do they make you feel? And just allow yourself to truly sense in your body that lovely feeling of when you feel good, when there was something happy. This takes just, forgive me, my producer is sending me messages while I'm trying to share this with you. But taking just a moment to allow yourself to go within, to connect with something that has meaning to you, that has made you feel good before, will make you feel good now. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. If you get outside and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing, our country is in disarray, people are kind of nuts and they're fighting with each other, you don't have to be that person. You can have your opinion, of course. And when I'm referring to country, I should clarify, I'm talking about the U.S. right now. I know that we share with England and I should say the UK, and we share with different countries in the UK, and we share with Canada, and we share in the US, and so on and so on and so on. However, in the US at the moment, things are kind of all over the place. And I know many people want to get into the antagonistic part. I want to go the other way. I want us to be heart-based. I want us to feel good no matter what's going on in our world. And the lovely side effect to that is you are able to tap into your intuition. That's right. When you allow yourself to get into that quiet space, allowing yourself to think back, to feel, to experience something that once was, and it was a lovely feeling, you actually shift from beta, which is the waking state, to alpha. And in alpha state, you can make magic happen. I'll share more on this as time goes on. Just kind of remember, no matter where you are in the world, if a stress is throwing you off your game and your mind keeps going there, change your mind. Literally, change your mind, change your focus. Go to a place that makes you feel good. All right, that said, I know we have Manya on the line. Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Speaking of stressors, it feels like you've got a little bit in your world, yes?
Yes.
Is that where you want to focus, or is there another area that you wanted to put your attention this evening?
Kind of relationship.
We're in July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, so in respect to relationship, the one that's creating a bit of turmoil within your life, I feel like the next 4 to 5 months here, things will actually stabilize. You will have more peace. You will have more clarity. However, it is not without work. And when I say work, believe it or not, it's not about them. It's about you. I feel like you're in such flux internally that it's important to get grounded. It's important to feel as if you're in control of your world. Is this making sense, I hope?
Yeah.
Okay. You have techniques that you can use to do this. However, I don't feel like you've been implementing them. I feel like your mind goes more towards concern and worry. So I just want to remind you that you actually are in control of your world. You can't control what they do. And I know you know that intellectually, but emotionally, it just feels as if you're like, but why? But why? But why? It doesn't matter why. I know it feels to me as if it's important to you about the why, but why are they behaving this way? Why aren't things going the way they're supposed to? I actually feel like there's too much energy around that, which is creating stagnation in the area that you want to be peaceful, the area that you want loving, the area that you want to celebrate. I will be very candid here. I feel as if this is not the first time you've gone through this. And I feel as if it is so important for you to really determine what's going to make your heart sing. And I know that almost sounds too general, but I sincerely feel that if you are able to connect with a deeper part of yourself in respect to relationships, and it's not just the romantic relationship, but it's some other relationships around too. It feels as if you're just within flux at the moment. And we're in July again. I feel like we started in spring, roughly, I'm going to say March, end of March, beginning of April. It feels as if things started to go a little wonky for you. It's just a cycle. Yeah. This is not permanent. I'm sorry, what did you say, hon?
I said, yeah.
Okay. Instead of focusing on what started in spring, start focusing on what you really want. I mean, truly think in terms more of the end result that's going to make you happy. I don't know if you caught the very beginning of the show, but I was talking about not allowing stressors have such a big impact on us by switching our mind. And when I say that, it's like switching your mindset, getting to a place where you can feel nurtured, feel loved. It has to literally start with you, though, because you can't change anything with them as far as telling them. And yet the irony is, if you allow yourself to go into a place that feels good to you, that energy, that vibration that kind of goes out into the world, they're going to feel. And you'll start to notice changes. However, because I get this turmoil here, I feel as if you need to make up your mind if this is really where you want to be. And I will tell you, we're in 2024, 5, 6. Okay. So I'll put it like this. If you do nothing and you just let things continue the way they are, then you're looking at a couple of years of a roller coaster. And what took place in spring is mild in comparisons. And I don't get the sense that you want to have that level of emotional turmoil. which means it's more in your hands than you might have thought. I will tell you though, no matter what, again, 24/5/6, between now and the end of 2026, your life is going to change. And I will tell you also, on a good note, by mid-20, I'm going to say May, June 2026, all of a sudden it's as if everything turned and what's taking place just makes you smile. But you're in a cycle of, oh my, things being upside down. It's like the universe is pushing you to say, okay, if you don't like it, fix it. And I know I'm oversimplifying, but that's the feeling here. And again, you have to remember, no matter how much you want the other person to do and behave in a certain way, it's not your job to fix them. It's your job to make you as happy as you possibly can so they pick up on that energy. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't communicate, because that's huge. Communicating properly, being heard, having them understand how you feel, that's huge. But you have to do it in a way that they hear you. I get this best way that I can explain in my mind's eye, in my ears. I hear, it's almost like chatter. You know, when you're trying to get something out, but because you get upset, it doesn't come out in the way that you want it to. Would you agree to that?
Yes.
Okay. Perhaps do something a little different. Write a letter. I don't mean to be funny, but write a letter, put all your feelings down, and then go back and read it more than once and edit. Make it so that your feelings come across, but they don't come across with accusation, and they don't come across with pleading, like, please do this, and please. Make it so that you're heard. Make it so that you're felt. Keep coming back to feelings. It's like they are not recognizing exactly what's going on with you. Try this.
Okay.
So two things, truly, honey. Know that you're in a cycle. It's not indefinite. It's roughly 2 years. However, if you are able to connect better with you, it's going to make it easier overall, as well as the writing, so that you can express yourself in a way that you know that they will understand, and get into a place of allowing as best as you can. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. I think I saw Luna. Is that correct, Mr. Producer? Linda. I'm so sorry. I flashed so quick and I was focused. It's kind of like, they say you can't smile and frown at the same time. When I'm in that mood, I don't see as clear. That's when I'm just talking. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good. And I think I saw New Jersey, yes?
Yes.
I used to go to the shore all the time when I was a kid and with my grandmother. Absolutely loved it. South Shore, I should preface. And I have friends that are still there, so that's kind of nice. And this time of the year, it's beautiful. Anyways, not calling about New Jersey, so let's focus on what's important to you. Do you have a specific question you'd like to address?
No, not really. Whatever, comes up.
Okay. So a few things come up. I hear the words introverted and extroverted. Okay, so let me clarify. I feel like you at times are a very extroverted person, but your actual nature is introverted. So I think they call that an extroverted introvert. If you follow what I'm saying, meaning that there are moments where you're really shy, and yet there are moments where you're really bold. And when you're bold, it's more a matter of you being comfortable in a particular environment or out of necessity, but not necessarily your go-to. And I'm bringing this up because I feel as if, let me backtrack here, 1, 2, 3. So that would be, where are we? July, right? June, May. So April. Interesting. Spring is very popular energy here. Okay. I want to backtrack to the full moon in April. It feels as if there was a shift in your energy field. And when I say that, just so you know, it has nothing to do with astrology. It has to do with your personal vibration and energy. But I'm actually going to say, I feel it started the onset of February, second week, but by April, it really picked up. So February, March, April, May, June, July. Okay, so we're going all the way through until August. Okay, I know I'm blabbering here. Let me clarify. I just get the sense that the universe has pushed you into this cycle that started roughly in February, but it picked up in April, that goes all the way until August. That has to do with you standing your power, has to do with you being more assertive, has to do with you being that extroverted person that you can be when you have to be. And I feel as if it has to do with things connected to education and things connected with work. Bottom line, the universe
does it show like when I'm going to start working?
Okay, so again, the cycle is between the time that I mentioned all the way until August. You can begin work. Yes, you can begin work before then, but I don't get it being any later than August. Just so that you know, for me, when cycles, it's kind of like a beginning and an end period. But I feel like you can expedite your results. Again, if you allow that part of you that can be extroverted to really shine right now. So that means anybody that you talk to that you know, let them know that you're ready to get back to work. Anybody that you've talked to before, pick up the phone and just say hello. And I know that's uncharacteristic when we're looking for work. Usually, you know, we put in an application or we talk to somebody once and we just kind of move on if we don't hear from them. This to me feels like, again, the universe saying, get out there, be seen, be heard. And the easiest way to do it is just to say, you know, hi, Mr. So-and-so, or hi, Miss So-and-so. I was thinking about the time we talked.
The thing is that I'm supposed to take a test. I'm supposed to take a test to get my license to start working, but I haven't tested yet, and I know Mercury retrograde is coming up, so I don't know if I should wait until it's over.
I can tell you that anything with Mercury retrograde that was started prior to Mercury retrograde, this is what my friends tell me that are astrologers, it's okay to pursue. They say not to start something new in Mercury retrograde. So in other words, the education, because again, this is around education and business, as I mentioned from the onset, to achieve what you want, since it's already begun, you already started, go for it. Don't put it off. Because again, I feel like by August is the end period. If you really want to begin now, and I feel like you do, don't be afraid of the test. You know, really, just do it. Because just asserting yourself is going to make a difference. It's like telling the universe that, yes, you're ready to have the universe conspire to assist you, and you're going to stand up and you're going to do what you need to do. Because even with this whole process here, with the test, with the license, I feel like you've had this vacillation back and forth. You know, am I going to be okay to do this? Should I really do this? This is what I want to do. But I feel like there's been too many buts, too many, again, you know, back and forth like a seesaw. And it's not necessary. You're going to shine. You just have to allow it. You have to say, it's my time. And I know that's tough for you. Because again, it goes back to that like extroverted introvert. And yet my heart tells me that this really is your time. Now, if you put things off or you do the test, but you get yourself totally nervous, then you have to do the test again. You could put things off all the way until August, but August is not that far away. I mean, really think about it. We're in what, July?
Is that what's going to happen? I'm going to have to take it again?
No, hear me. If you allow yourself to get calm and remind yourself that you know this, you'll be able to take it once and be done. However, if you go into that mode of what you've been doing, which is should I, shouldn't I, or a nervousness is a better way to put it, okay? Right. If you go into that nervousness before you go to take your test, then you're going to have to take it again. Perhaps take a look at chamomile tea or a particular fragrance that makes you feel calm and happy. Do something for you prior to taking the test that makes you feel peaceful. Have you ever heard the expression haste makes waste?
Yeah.
Okay. It basically just means when we're rushing, when we're busy, when we're overwrought, or we're upset, or we're nervous, that things don't happen the way we want them to. Or conversely, if you connect with that part of yourself that is content, you will find that things happen with ease. That, and I will say, I keep feeling like you already know somebody that you want to get involved with once you have your license. Talk to them about the possibilities, talk to them about the excitement. Again, kind of get into that mode of getting what you want and feeling good about it. Because this is not simply manifestation. This is already here in your mind. It's already out in the ethers for you to have it. It is a matter of you doing your part. And your part is taking the test with ease so that you can move forward and get that position that you want. Making sense, I hope?
Oh, I understand, yes. I have another question. My dog has I don't know if you can pick up about pets, but my dog has an eye problem, and I just want to know if he's going to be okay.
What problem? Say that again?
He's already old, but something happened to his eye. It became swollen and red. So he's going to the vet, but I just want to make sure that he's going to be okay. Do you feel like he's going to be okay?
I feel like it can be treated. And I don't get the sense that your little sweetheart's leaving yet. So
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, I don't get the sense that your little sweetheart is leaving yet. I feel like things are going to be okay. However, again, calm, content. Animals pick up on our feelings. And a lot of times when we are stressed, they take on illness to protect us. And you said eye, yes? It has to do with
one of his eyes,
right.
It's very swollen and bulging out, but they didn't have an appointment till, tomorrow, and I'm kind of nervous. I don't want him to lose his eye or go through surgery because of his age. So that's why I was nervous. If it was treatable, he's going to be okay.
I really do feel that it's treatable. I keep leaning towards the right eye. So if it's not the right eye, there's something going on in the eye.
It is the right eye.
Okay.
It is the right eye.
All right. So that right eye has to do with things that we're headed towards. Right eye has to do with what we are seeing and interpreting for ourselves. I will tell you that even though your pup is older, I'll go back to what I said a moment ago, which is a lot of times they take on some of our stuff, meaning it's not intentional. It's not like they go, hey, I'm going to fix things for mom. I'm going to have an illness. That's not what I'm talking about. But it's more a matter of they're sensitive to our energy. So when we are concerned, when we're looking at something, they pick up on it. So again, please keep in mind, as content as you can be, that's going to help the pup. And the vet will help the pup as well. I get the sense too, there's something here with the vitamin. I know that the vet's going to look at the eye, but ask the vet about some sort of supplement for the dog because the dog is a senior, what they would recommend. I just keep getting the feeling that they could use a little assist. Feels like, especially with back legs, getting a little bit of, kind of reminds me of an old person.
He is actually taking 2 supplements. They're chewable, and it actually did help because he had a few months ago. He was not walking, and I got nervous. I took him to the vet, and they said that he was old and he had arthritis. And he was not really eating, and he was constipated. So they gave him this pill, but it upset his stomach. But then I was Googling, and I found this excellent supplement on Amazon. They're chewable. And to be honest with you, since May, he's been walking faster and happier.
Yes. Okay. Just know that there's something else. Take a look at what the ingredients are in that, and then look up online something like Senior Dog's Best Supplements, Senior Dog, the best vitamins in addition to, and put the vitamins or the ingredients in. I feel like there's one other thing that could be very helpful. I'm leaning towards something called, if I'm getting it correctly, MSM. I don't know if that's correct, but it has to do also with the legs, but I'm also getting connected to the heart for some reason. So just know that, again, Pup's going to be okay, going to be here for a while. So I feel like you can give an additional assist if you expand on the supplements.
Mm-hmm. So I have to find out what other supplement he needs.
Right. And if they haven't done blood work in a while, it might not be a bad idea for them to do it. If they haven't done urine for a while, it might be a good idea. I just feel like there's something else here that he could benefit from.
Yeah, I mean, he's up there in age. He's going to be 15.
It's awesome. I had one who went to 17, and she was my little sweetheart. So I love my two-legged daughter, but I love my four-legged babies. They're all kind of connected. He'll be okay. You just have to, because he's older, give a little extra. But I know that you're willing to do that because you care about him. Remember, though.
I just want. Yeah, I was concerned about his eye because I don't know how just it happened all of a sudden. It got swollen, really big and red, and it looks like it's something on it, he hurt it. But I don't know if it was my cat or he bumped into something.
They will take care of it when you go tomorrow. So breathe easy, but really do your best to focus on your energy being a bit more content, and it will make it easier on him. It makes it easier on the household. And I know it sounds almost like woo-woo, but science keeps showing us that energy, what we perceive, is a big to-do. How we feel is a big to-do. It affects so much in our world. Okay, my friend?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Take good care. I started out with talking about stressors, and both folks on today were experiencing some stress. And you hear me talk about being content, and you hear me talking about energy. Just know that really and truly, even when you don't try, you're putting out an energetic signature. If you do try, if you apply yourself to put out this sweet vibration and connected vibration, a frequency of love, a frequency of peace, it not only helps you, but it helps everybody you run into. It can help you at work. It can help you with your family. It can help you with love. It can help you with health. I'm sure you've heard about, people laughing. Laughter is best medicine. That's because the frequency is higher. There is that higher vibration, which actually is healing. If you'd like to reach me directly for a personal reading, feel free to reach out. You can call me at 561-755-2166. Once again, that's 561-755-2166. Or, of course, online. Thank you.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Understanding Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit. I'm your host, Mary. I hope you're all having a good week. I am going to, as usual, jump right into it. I've got a lot of messages from Spirit and cards, so I don't want to waste too much time. As usual, I have picked 3 cards for the collective. Please take what resonates, and if it doesn't resonate with you, you can just not worry about it, let it go. However, sometimes it's also good to just hang on to the message, kind of put it in the back of your mind, and it could come up for you and be relevant for you in a day, in a week, in a month, just a little bit down the track. It can also sometimes be a message that maybe you get to hang on to pass on for somebody else. Okay, so just take it as it comes and see how you go with it. Okay, so there's 3 cards. Just take a quick sec to have a think whether you want card 1, 2, or 3. Now, the first card, if you pick card 1, it's this card, okay? So it's releasing toxic relationships, and often we will attract people that will exhaust us, deplete our energies. A lot of people might refer to them as like energy vampires or, like something like that. And with a lot of us, it's always our instinct to try to assist others and to help out, to heal in, like any way that we can. However, if you're at this point where you've chosen card 1, then you need to potentially reevaluate and just see maybe it's time to let go. It doesn't mean let go of the person necessarily, but take a step back and understand that it is their journey and they've got to learn some of their lessons as well. And we have to accept that, we can't always help. All right. And this card is also about teaching us to let go as well. Okay. Now, the message that I got from my guide is I'll just read it out. Good fortune is not always about money, okay? Good fortune can be about what you value in life, and that has to do with this card here, which is the angel card, and the angels excitedly ask you to ready yourself as good fortune is on the way. Be grateful and thankful, expect only the best. Okay, so remember, good fortune can be anything. It can be money, but it can also, it is what we value, okay? So whatever that might be, whether it's a relationship, a work opportunity, whatever, okay? If you have picked card 2, then the card you got is don't relinquish your power, okay? That's your first card. Now, a lot of people will try to take over, our power and make us feel like our opinions don't matter, and that we don't have anything, to offer. Don't allow anybody in life to make you feel less than what you are, all right? Remember, you are perfect. You're an imperfect, perfect, if you will, and if anyone feels that way, it's really their fragile ego, that is pushing that onto you. It doesn't mean that it's the truth, okay? So don't engage in anyone's manipulation. Know your worth, all right, and have self-worth and self-love for yourself. The message from our guide with this card, because the angel card is the angels ask you to feel happy and optimistic. There are bright days ahead of you. And my guide is saying this is a really big corner for some of you. But if you can turn that corner, there is just like sunshine and happy days. Learning this lesson for ourselves is huge. Okay, now if you've picked card 3, it is this card, which is be of service, okay? Now, a lot of people look at that as like volunteering, and yes, of course it is, all right? Volunteering, helping out anyone in any little way. It can also be, you know, even a smile for somebody, you know, letting somebody go in a line before you if you're not in a hurry and they're dealing with children that are driving them crazy, or an elderly person, whatever it can be. All of that is service. Whenever you do service for somebody, trust me, you do it more for yourself. And I'm not talking about selfishness. The benefits for you are massive, all right? Putting good karma, you know, out into the world, you know, paying things forward constantly is what helps us to elevate. And when we're doing that, if all of us did a little bit of that, the energy that we can create for humanity is huge, okay? So the angel card with that one is the angels ask that you ready yourself to commence something new and exciting. A wonderful fresh start awaits you. So that could be anything of service that maybe you've been thinking about. And my guide says, you know, you give, you get, okay? So it's constant energy revolving around, okay? So I'll get to my caller. I believe I've got Scott on the line. Scott, how are you?
Good. How are you tonight?
I'm very well, thank you. How can I help you today?
Oh, I'm trying to hear from my wife. She passed a while back.
Your wife?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. What's your wife's name?
I just want to know what her thinking was and what she thought, how she thought I would move on from this.
Okay. What her thinking was. All right. Let me see. I'm getting, I can hear a female spirit talking to me, and she's saying to me that you had some very hard lessons to learn in this life. Does that make sense for you?
I still have some.
That you had to learn some very hard lessons in this life.
Okay. Okay.
All right? But I'm hearing, do you nitpick at all, Scott, and like look at everything a little bit, but like don't always make a decision, or sometimes don't make the right decision?
That I don't make the right decisions?
Yes, she's not always. No, she's not saying you're always wrong, but she's saying to me, she's showing me like nitpicking, like looking too much in too much detail, and then overthinking, and then not being able to necessarily make the right decision.
That sounds more like her. That sounds more like her.
Too funny. Well, okay. Well, she's bringing that up then. Okay, if you think that's
okay.
If that's her. She's telling me that you need to move forward, and she's like also giving you like a really big push like in the back. She's pushing you, and she's like, "Come on, keep going." She's like, "Stop being stagnant. Stop overthinking. You need to get on with things." Does that make sense for you?
I mean, I guess, but I don't know that I like it.
Well, we never like what
she did this so that I would learn some valuable lessons. Is that what she's saying?
She said that you had a lot of lessons.
Okay.
And does that make sense for you?
But no, yeah, I guess. I don't like the way it happened. I think it could have been, she could have at least talked to me and told me what she was doing. She didn't have to do it the way she did it. Why did she have to hide it from me?
She's telling me, I'm hearing that there were things hidden from you because there were a lot of things that you wouldn't accept. All right?
There's a lot of things I wouldn't accept.
Yes, and she's saying there was an inability to move forward. All right, and she's also giving me a feeling of feeling trapped and restricted.
Like I trapped her?
No, she's not saying you trapped her. She's just saying this is how she felt. Okay.
Well, that was possibility. And that.
And she's also giving me like a sense of like anxiety and like she couldn't go on. She couldn't move forward. Now, she's not saying this to me, but this is how I'm just feeling, right? Did she take her life?
Well, it's difficult. She went by natural causes, but it was after many, many years of drinking.
Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because I'm just getting like a lot of heartbreak around her and very toxic and like her just crashing, like she would have crashing moments in her life. But she wants you to know that she's healing on the other side and she wants you to do the same, okay? She just wants you to move past this and to just move forward and to not give it that energy anymore, all right? And she's actually showing me that she's quite sad that you're doing that. Does that make sense?
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Understanding Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to have got, again, a lot of cards that have fallen out. I always shuffle my cards before the show, and I've got a lot of cards that have fallen out here, so I want to get through everything so I can give everything to the caller. Now, as you would know, if you've tuned in before, I do a 3-card pull for the collective. Please take whatever resonates with you and just leave what doesn't. Sometimes you just need to hang on to the message. It might come up for you further down the track, okay? So, so you can have a quick second to tune into 1, 2, or 3. Now, if you've tuned into card 1, this is the first card. I don't know how clear that is, okay, but the card is unfolding. And it's about like finding the balance between your spiritual life, your physical life. And the message on here is access to greater opportunities opening up for you slowly. You're growing as you learn more and keep expanding, all right? So just trust your instinct and any messages you get, you know, like during any quiet time. The card that came up to support this is energy activation, and that's just asking, connecting to your divine spirit, and that through meditation or prayer. Okay, so you know, I could hear when I pulled the cards, I could hear my guides saying ask and receive, and slowly you'll understand. So the more you tune into spirit, the better you will get at reading the messages and knowing what to do with the messages as you get them. Okay, and it's also, if you're on a part of that part of yourself where you're developing or choosing to develop more, focusing on your spiritual development, it's about letting go as well. That's part of your journey here as well. If you have tuned into the second lot, the first card is courage. All right, I'll quickly read that out for you. Ask what you are afraid of so you can overcome what's holding you back now. There are leadership opportunities for the taking. And the card that comes with that is the balance card. And juggling too many things at once, find time for yourself. Okay, now the messages from a guide to come along with that is not to doubt yourself, whether it's promotions, pay rises, more responsibility, even if you want to relocate with work, if a company has more than one location. This also comes if you're needing assistance with the home and you've got too much to do, you know, like don't exhaust yourself. You know, my guide is like delegate. Be happy and delegate. All right. You know, you can't do everything. Find time for yourself. All right. Otherwise, you won't be able to do everything. Okay. If you've picked card 3, it's come up with relationships and awakening. Now, with the relationships, this is especially focusing on whether you're interested in a work relationship or in the office attraction to somebody there. Okay, I'll read what's here. Business partners, office love affairs, and communication with co-workers, and highlighted now. Make choices with extreme care, and the card that comes with it is awakening, a realization, shift, or discovery. All right, now my guide is saying if you do connect with somebody at work, that's great. However, there is a but, because if things go pear-shaped, you want to be sure that your job is still secure. All right. So maybe if it's the boss, it might not be a great idea. Or if your job is secure, she's like, go for it and happy days. But if there's a risk there, you need to weigh things up as to whether you want to go down that road. All right. Now, I've got my caller. I believe I have Jeanette on the phone. How are you, Jeanette?
Hi.
How are you?
Hello. I'm doing well. And yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How can I help you today?
Hoping for a little maybe career guidance and then love guidance.
Okay, all right. As I said in the beginning, I had some cards that were flying around everywhere as I was shuffling and getting ready for the show. I'm just going to have a quick look at those for a sec. Are you in a relationship, or you've just coming out of a difficult relationship, or your relationship's been difficult?
No, ma'am, I'm single. I've been single for a while.
Okay, all right. Because I've got a lot of cards here. I feel like you're very intuitive, and I see you as like a very warm, loving, and also spiritual person. And I'm also being told that you're happily single at the moment. Does that make sense for you? Okay.
Yes, spot on.
Yeah, and I feel like the past relationship was not good at all for you, and possibly, like there was a lot of loss there, and you had the choice of whether to stay or go. Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
Okay, because was this person, did they have like addictions? It could have been, the standouts of alcohol, drug, or, being manipulative, anything like that really weighed heavily into the relationship that caused the drama and the extreme emotions and that.
Not addiction, just his personality and mine. We were misaligned, yeah.
Okay, all right. Because Spirit, I was wanting to tap in on that. You're saying you're single. How long have you been single for?
I dated someone for a few weeks. This was about a year ago, but other than that, I've been single for 2 years, year and a half.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let me see what else is coming up for you. I do see, are you looking for a job? Because I'm seeing you looking for a job. So either you're looking for a job or looking for something else. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to take my real estate exam, and then I want to go to school for massage therapy after that.
Yeah, because I see you with a lot of choices moving ahead, all right? And my guide is like, keep moving forward. She doesn't want you to just like do one thing and just settle for that, because she's showing me that you can just keep going and going and going and keep bettering yourself financially. Does that make sense for you?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. I do have a card here that is, I'll show it, or you can't see it at the moment, but if you play the show back, it is a married card, and this fell out, all right, for you. So I do feel like there is somebody coming that will have deep feelings for you, and it'll be a new love, and it'll be a love that you can trust. But my guide is saying not yet. Sort this part of yourself out. Focus on being financially secure and where you want to be. Once you get all that going, you don't have to do everything, but as long as you get yourself in a happy place with that, you'll feel more secure with yourself. She doesn't want you to be stuck or dependent on anybody financially. And she wants to say again. So I don't know if that's happened in the past. Does that make sense for you?
What was that about the past?
Not to be financially dependent on anybody. And she used the word again. So I'm just wondering whether you were financially dependent on somebody in the past.
No, never. I've always been very independent financially.
Okay, well, just make sure that you're financially dependent when you are in a relationship with this particular person. I am seeing that this person is she's going from soulmate to twin flame, because it can be both. All right, there will be a very deep connection with this person. Okay, and there will be they will make you, they will give you the confidence to allow time for yourself to, they will help you love yourself. They'll be nurturing towards you and caring towards you. And my guide is saying, this is where you need to go. There'll be blockages from anyone else that comes in between, will not allow anyone else to sort of ruin that. Do you know anybody in spirit, I'll just go there very quickly, that is a female, could be mother or grandmother, that liked country music or lived in the country area?
Yes, I have a grandmother who was from Texas.
Okay, all right. Well, she's come through, and I just give you some quick messages. She wants that I wrote down. She wants you to tell you that everything will be fine. Not to worry too much. And she's saying, be proud of yourself. Keep your head up high. And she's focusing on your posture. So I don't know if you've been slouching or anything, or if she was big on that, but she's showing me that she liked singing and dancing and like country sort of music and that. And she's also saying, don't tell everybody your secrets. All right? She's like, shh. Okay, does all that make sense for you?
Somewhat. I'm pretty much a loner.
Yeah, okay. Well, just keep that in mind, okay? Because she was very big on that. So if you meet somebody, don't, be tempted. Okay.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Your Time to Shine with Julie Yeager-Walker. Julie Yeager-Walker, live from wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Your Time to Shine on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Good evening. Thank you so much for being here tonight with me. I do appreciate you being here, and I hope that this finds you all well. Well, how have you been all lately? Things have been fantastic on my end. I did a 2.5-day theta healing class, which was fantastic. I think it's probably the best one that I have taken so far, and learned a lot of great techniques. And so it's been great. So I hope that you have all had a fabulous weekend and week. And here we are upon another weekend. So that's fantastic. So tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit about retreats. And Melinda, my good friend Melinda, and I, who is also a medium, we are hosting a retreat here in Portland, Oregon, September 7th and 8th. And it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be in wine country, and it is just a magical place. I'm super excited. And we are doing our best to get the word out to everybody out there. In fact, if you are looking for a retreat, I highly recommend that you go to my website at www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com, and you can find all the information right there. However, if you've never had a retreat or been on a retreat, more if you've never been to a retreat, you might be asking, well, why would I even want to do a retreat? And there's many reasons why people do retreats. I did my first retreat, I think back in 2013, maybe 2012. And it was a magical moment. And I learned so much from that retreat. You know, retreats really are about going within and finding yourself again, finding your strengths, finding your inner power, finding self-love, finding the I can do this. I know I can do this, right? And this is what it's all about. It's about kind of the the pep talk for you, the rah, rah, rah. You meet magical people. You meet people that, may be on your same spiritual path. Or maybe you're finding people who have been on the path for a while and you can learn so much from them. Maybe you're meeting somebody that is just coming into their spirituality and you can teach them some things. But all in all, you all come together as a group. It's pre-orchestrated. It's divine timing through spirit and the universe and your angels and guides, and they have all orchestrated it in the background so that you can be here with like-minded people, so that you can all hear the same content that is being spoken, right? And it's all about finding that power within you. Now, our retreat is called the Angel Within Retreat. And our retreat is all about finding that angel within you, that soul, that being that you were previously before you became human. We're all this. We are all the same. We are all these magical beings having this human life experience. And we forget, being in this human experience, that we are those magical, creative, expressive, and amazing manifesting beings. We forget about that as if we take on this human life and this body. And so retreats are really about finding that within you. Now, not all of them. Of course, some of them are going to have their own taste, their own flavor. There's all different types of retreats. There's non-spiritual retreats, right? And they teach you just a ton of information that you can walk away feeling empowered. So no matter what it is that you're looking for, there's always going to be a retreat out there for you, no matter what you're looking for, no matter what it is that you are looking to find, you will always find it in a retreat. So the retreats, again, are, you find so many commonalities with people. And I have found long-lasting relationships from past retreats that I've been on. In fact, my co-host of the retreat that we're having in Portland, Oregon this summer is one of those. We met at a retreat and we have had an amazing long friendship. And you just meet so many amazing people when you go on retreats. You see amazing places, in the world, in your own backyard that you didn't even know existed. So it's a chance to refresh, restart, and jump back in to the life that you once had. We all go through these times where, life comes in and it throws a wrench in things, and then there's another wrench thrown in something. Before you know it, your vibration's sitting pretty low. And you walk away from these retreats feeling rejuvenated. Your vibration is higher. If it's a healing retreat, such as ours, you walk away feeling refreshed and invigorated, and you look lighter, you feel lighter, and people look at you and say, wow, there's something different about you. That is a really great retreat. When people can see it on your face, they can physically see the release of all of the things that you are needing to release. So there are lots and lots of reasons why you might partake in a retreat. All of them very personal. And you have to look at what it is that you are wanting to accomplish, what you're wanting to see, what you're wanting to heal. And then go find that retreat. Find that amazing feeling and capture it again. Because when you go on a retreat, if it's a weekend retreat, usually you can ride that wave of high vibration and excitement for at least a few days. And it could be even a week, depending on, what's going on in your life at the moment. But it is such an amazing feeling. And you realize, wow, okay, yes, this is the feeling that I like. This is the feeling I recognize and resonate with. And so those are all really important, right? It helps us get centered, balanced, bring us back to the reality of what life really is, of what you are meant to do here on this earth in your human form. It's all important. Everything that you do, even if you think you are not important, you are a very integral piece of the puzzle in this lifetime. And the retreats will help you find that piece. They will help you figure out what your path, what your purpose is. Maybe you're having questions about certain aspects of your life, and you may walk away feeling like, wow, I know exactly what I need to do now. And that's a very empowering feeling to have that peace. And so I encourage you, if you haven't done a retreat, I encourage you to find one that resonates with you and do that for yourself, right? It's that self-love of giving something back to yourself for all the hard work that you have done. And if you are interested in seeing what my retreat is all about, go to my website at www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com, and you can find all the information right there. All right. Well, that does it for me. I am going to go to the phone lines, and we are going to get a caller on board. We have Liz in Appleton, Wisconsin. Good evening, Liz, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Thank you. Good evening.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and yourself?
Good. What can I do for you this evening?
I'm just wondering, what do you see in my next 6 months?
In your next 6 months. Okay.
Or so.
Okay. Perfect. Is there a certain aspect that you're looking for in the 6 months, or just whatever comes through?
Yeah, whatever comes through, but mostly my living arrangements.
Living arrangements. Okay. Perfect. Let me just take a moment here, Liz, and tune in. And as I do that, there's just going to be a little moment of silence, and then I will be right back with you. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Okay, so.
So Liz, so what I'm being shown is there's a temporary living situation that you're in right now. And I see it's like there's been a lot of bouncing back and forth with the living arrangements. It looks like there's going to be just a little bit more of this bouncing around before you're able to settle in and find that one kind of grounding place. They're showing me that you are going to find it. It's just going to take a little bit longer than what you are anticipating. I'm being shown to kind of lean on your support group, the people that are around you, and lean on them for support during this time. Because you are going to get into something that's going to suit you. But then they're showing me again from that point, you'll be there for a little bit and then you're going to move on to something different. There's going to be a shift. And when that shift happens, it's going to allow you to go and do, it's almost like they're showing me steps, right? So it's going to allow you to get to the next level of what you're wanting to get to.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Do you see me finishing school on time?
They're saying yes. However, you need to be very diligent. It's one of those things that you're going to have to be very disciplined in order to reach that goal. They said, yes, you can reach that goal. They're showing me that a lot of times you get distracted and it kind of pulls you away, or maybe even a little bit of procrastination. And they're saying in order for you to do what you want to do and to reach your goal that you're hoping to reach, it's going to take some discipline on your end. Okay.
Okay.
So it's just going to take, whatever that looks like for you, it's just going to take that focused intention. And they're showing me when you put your intention out there of what you plan to accomplish, you can do that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing good so far. It's just, you're exactly right. I need to concentrate more on that and stop being sidetracked.
Yes, absolutely. They're saying even set like a timer or set certain times aside, like, just like if you were going to go to a doctor, right? You schedule your time, right? So they're saying schedule blocks of time in your schedule and pretend like, oh, that's an appointment. I have to stick to that, right? And don't deviate from that. Because you will be a lot more successful in that type of, what's the word? In that type of discipline. And that's something that you're like, oh yeah, I know I need to do that, because it's just like having an appointment on your calendar, right?
Yeah, and you set aside the time. It would make more sense, most definitely.
Yeah, right. So when you do that, then when you actually are doing other personal appointments for yourself, then you actually work around those time blocks, right?
Oh,
so,
okay, yeah.
So sit down and ask yourself, when are the best times for me to study and do my work? And then block those times out and then work everything else around them. Now, I know sometimes I know you can't do that, okay? And I get it, life happens. And when life happens, go, okay, life happened and that's okay. I'm okay with that. But that will help you kind of stay on task on what you need to do.
Okay. Yeah, instead of trying when it's crunch time to get it all done at once.
Right. Right.
Okay. That makes sense totally.
Yeah. They're showing me that you do work pretty well under pressure, but it doesn't.
But it just.
Yeah, it doesn't do any good for your psyche and your mental health either, right? It's a lot of stress.
Right. Right.
So that's why they're saying do blocks of time.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll be able to get your end goal at that point.
That makes total sense.
Okay, perfect. Is there anything else I can do for you this evening?
Do you see anybody coming into my life or no? I mean, I'm pretty set on the being alone thing for now.
What I'm being shown is you have a lot of tasks at hand, a lot of things that you would like to accomplish. And so having somebody in your life in this moment, now I'm just saying in this moment, would be too much of a distraction for you. So
Okay, yeah,
they're saying that you should concentrate on your goals, doing this for you, because this is your type of self-care, right? You're showing self-care for yourself by getting your degree, by doing some of these things, right? And then when you have those, then you can move on to the next step. And then you have space and capacity to allow somebody to come into your life.
Makes total sense.
Yeah. Yeah, fantastic. Well, is there anything else I can help you with this evening?
No, that did it. Thank you so much for your time.
You're so welcome, Liz. Best of luck.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Hey, thanks. You too. All right. Next, we have Kim in New Jersey. Good evening, Kim. Welcome to Your Time to Shine. Okay. We're getting Kim back. It's really important, like that last caller, self-care can look so different to all different types of people. And, going to school, that is a form of self-care. And, those are things that you set the goals for to accomplish. And when you accomplish them, you feel amazing. You feel great. And so for some, that is showing self-care, self-love, and that's really important. It's important to have those things in your life so that you have something to strive for, because we are all, as humans, very goal-oriented. We strive for things. We want to accomplish things in our life. And so by doing that, it's showing yourself that you have the capacity to do it, that look how far you have come. And, that is a really great emotional boost and support to you. It's how, as humans, find the gratification. And so, everybody looks at self-care completely different. So, and we have Kim on the line from New Jersey. Good evening, Kim, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi, thank you. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening. What can I do for you this evening?
Well, I just wanted to see if you have any insights or inputs, or basically I'm having issues with my love life. So I, wanted to see if you have any kind of guidance, or, and any kind of something, coming up for me or something like that. I really don't know what to say. I thought maybe you might be able to pick up something, or,
Sure. Okay. Kim, let me just take a few moments here to tune in and see what they have to say, and then I will be right back with you, okay?
Okay, so just hold on.
Yep, just hold on right there. There just might be a little moment of silence, but I'm still here. So just give me a second or two to tune in, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, Kim. So what I'm being shown is that you guys are not on the same frequency. It's like you're on two different radio stations, and so you're not aligning. Your thoughts aren't aligning. Your communication might even not be aligning. And so there's been a little shift. And so you're finding it hard to connect. I'm seeing what else they're showing me. One moment. This might be something that you need to kind of put to the side for a little bit. And it's actually kind of what I was talking about just before you came on, about, being you, self-love, self-care, because it feels like the self-care that you did for yourself has kind of dropped off a little bit. And it feels like there's a little bit of an element of struggle right now with that. And so being able to kind of focus in on you, because your needs, your goals have shifted a little bit. And this is why you're seeing a little bit of shift in the relationship piece of it. Does that make sense?
Okay, my goals have shifted, so that is why my relationship issues have shifted. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you're going through a shift and a change, yeah. And so sometimes when we go through these shifts and changes, they could be energetic or spiritual. And so when we go through these shifts, sometimes we are not aligning with the people that we've been in contact with, right? And so sometimes they will evolve and grow with us, and they will meet us back at our vibrational point. And sometimes they don't.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And that's what I'm being shown. It's like you guys are on two different levels.
Okay, so you mean me and my significant other are on two different levels?
Yes.
Is that what you mean? Okay,
yes.
Yeah, you are correct. You are correct in saying that, because he always says to me that we are, at two different places in our life. You know what I mean? So
yes.
I mean, as for time-wise, I'm talking about with our children. There's like the age differences, and so it kind of sort of fits in a way.
Right.
Do you think that I should leave this person? Would you recommend, nothing's ever going to work out?
What I'm being shown right now is that's not the decision to be made right now. See if it shifts again, and then make that determination. You're going to know if you need to make that determination. So, okay. And Kim, we're coming down to the last few seconds of the show, and so I have to say goodnight. I'm so sorry. It was such a short time together, but I hope what I've said has helped you in some way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it just made a confirmation of what I already knew, but appreciate your views and your insights, and it was great talking to you. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, Kim. Thank you so much.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDSPsychicParties.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Astrology and Psychic Reading on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm your host, Lady D, and I hope you've all had a wonderful week ahead. So this week we do have some big transits. We have today Mercury moving into Virgo. So with Mercury in Virgo, I feel like people who have Mercury in Virgo, they want things to be perfectionist, very good at picking up certain mistakes, like spelling mistakes and punctuation. When you ask them about certain things, they're very good about knowledge as well. I feel like it's also going to be about trust too. And it could be that you're overthinking things. So where we're going, it could be like about overthinking things as well and wanting things to done in a particular way. And overthinking things. And we're also gearing up for a Mercury retrograde, which is going to be happening around the 5th or 6th of August for 3 weeks. So we're gearing up for that as well. It's going to be interesting since Mercury is in Virgo and a sign that's very detailed. We've also got sextile to Venus to Jupiter, so which is quite positive. It's a luck with relationships and also money. We've also got Mercury and Venus both trying Chiron, so that's luck with any sort of painful issues that are coming up and a sense of healing with that's coming up. But we do have some squares here. So we have squares to Mercury. We've got Mercury to Mars and Mercury to Uranus, bringing about some unexpected communication, but might not be as positive. We also have Venus squaring with that. Plus we've got we also have the square with Mercury and to Mars. And with that, that's bringing up, could be bringing up some frustration and even some anger too. And people sort of telling you things you don't want to hear or vice versa. Or people being over-opinionated as well would also be coming up with that. So we do have that coming up. We've also got some squares with, we've got a square with, as I said, Venus with Uranus is unexpected with money and relationships too. There also could be some mental health things coming up this week with the square with Jupiter and Saturn. But we do have a try. We have some try with Mars to Pluto, and I feel like that's really helping people to face their fears and being quite able to sort of bounce back and feeling like sort of fearless. We've also got, and through the week, we do have some positive transits when it comes to the moon and the sun as well. So what I got this week is that it's going to need to be flexible this week. It could be a bit of a week of emotions coming through as well. And I feel like there's going to be some sort of spectacular ending too. So I feel like that's also is coming up too. And I also feel like everyone's trying to keep moving forward. I do feel like there's a sense of nervousness that's also coming up too as too. I also feel like that there's a rush to get things done. And I also feel like that people are feeling like they have to get things done before things expire, or they really rush to get things done. So I feel like it's coming up this week as well. But I also feel like this week's about showing a lot of courage too. So let's go to the caller. So we've got Amy, who's in Hartford, in America there. So hi, Amy, Connecticut. Hi, Amy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How can I help you today?
Well, I just put my name out there for a reading. And yeah, you guys just called. So I don't know.
So,
do you want me to ask you questions or?
yes, please. Yeah. What do you want to know?
Well, I want to know how the whole Airbnb thing is going to work out for me in my house. And the other thing I want to know, are people listening to me? Are people listening to us? I want to know how the relationship is going to be between me and Randy. And
Okay,
then
let's just start.
I do have another question about my granddaughter too.
Okay, all right. Let's just start with the first thing first. With the Airbnb, I feel like that it's gonna be messy. So if are you hiring out the Airbnb? Because I just feel like people like it's messy. It's like I see a messy house. So I feel like people might be leaving their house in a mess if you're renting this space out. People are not listening to you, and they're not listening to the rules that are set in place as well. And it's like they've been taken for granted. It's like it's not their property, it's not their problem, and I feel like it's quite frustrating too. And it's also hard to find a balance with this as well. And I feel like you're trying to make money with this, or you're trying to make like it's like easy money or quick money, but I feel like it's going to be hard work. I'm going to say by May next year, you might not want to do it anymore. It might not be worth your time. So just doing the short stays, you might looking at renting it out at a lease, longer stays, because I feel like then people look after the place, it would be better. But I just feel like you're going to be patching up like marks on the wall, or there's like different things happening with that. What was your next question?
Okay. Well, how is my health?
Okay, health.
Are we allowed to ask that?
Well, I always say not a doctor. It's what I always say, but I can tune in and see what I get for you. I always say I'm not a doctor. So let me have a look here.
Sure.
I mean, I am getting throat, but I feel like that might be in terms of having to speak up and to people. What else am I getting? I'm hearing chest. Is it like tight chest? Do you get breathing issues or like anxiety or something? Is it like chest?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I get like chest. It's like there's something needs to be opened up. So I just feel like maybe lungs you need to somehow. I don't know. It's like everything tight. So I feel like you've either. I would say not a doctor. Like I know, I have gone to a car before where they've been able to sort of made it easier to breathe, and it's harder to breathe, and they've been able to do things like that. So I don't know if it's like that you got to go to, but I feel like something needs like stretching or like opening up more. That's what I feel like with that. I feel like you're overthinking things or you're overwhelmed. Well, I don't know. It's just like
what do you mean?
Well, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know all the like different medical things that you can do. I can only tell you what I hear, what I see, what I feel. So it's just like I was getting like things need to be like opening up. So I don't know whether or not it means you need like more capacity, like to breathe. Like I just feel like it's like things are like stress. Like I just need to breathe more. So, also, I feel like you like there's a lot of overthinking things as well in your head. There's a lot of overthinking things too.
Yeah.
As well. Anything else? I mean, I do see you doing a lot more walking. I see you like out in the sun doing like speed, like a lot of fast walking as well.
Okay.
What was your next question that you had?
Oh, it was about me and Randy. If he's going to go out of Canada, and we're going to have a relationship.
Whether or not he's going to come back from Canada, you mean? Like,
yes.
I feel like this man wants to stay in Canada. I feel like his heart, like I feel like he likes Canada. He likes where he lives, where he likes Canada. Like I feel like he wants you to come there, but you can't go there. And I feel like it's really hard as well. Like I feel like he's coming back to see you. So I do feel like there's communication and he's coming back to see you. But I feel like at times he can tell you what you want to hear. And I don't feel like he wants to lose you. But at the same time, I just see him really liking where he is or liking Canada. And I just feel like you're not in a position to be able to just pack up and move. You want to stay where you are. So I feel like this relationship can't keep going long distance. I feel like someone needs to make a sacrifice and someone needs to move. I do feel like it would have to be him to move to you, but he can be quite stubborn. It's like dangling that carrot in front of you, you know.
Okay. Well,
I feel like Moses will be quite clear in December.
I guess the other question is, he says he's going to leave his wife. Do all men say that?
Sometimes. I just feel like by December it's very clear where this relationship is heading and what's going on, and you're gonna know by December is what I feel like. I see him trying to dangle a carrot in front of you, so I feel like he's really trying to dangle a carrot. I just feel like it's a bit chaotic. It's a bit much. Right. And it's like, I don't know if he's saying this to his wife or to you, but it's like they don't understand him. People don't understand him as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have another question? Is there any more questions that you've got?
Oh, yes. There was my granddaughter, she's 6 months old. She was born in January. Liam, no. Sorry. I just wondered how that was all going to work out. You know, like with my son. My son is, not with the mother of this child. And it's been really crazy. Like, she's called the police on us. Her and Bobby have to go back to court. I mean, the mother is absolutely nuts. Okay. Now she won't talk to me.
I feel like, very quickly, I just feel like everything's going to come back on you. So I feel like you're going to be having to pick up the pieces with this relationship or with this child. I do feel like the child is quite healthy and fine, but I feel like I do see, I also see like there could be like law enforcement in place, like getting more involved, but I just see it's like everything's being put onto you. So I feel like you're the one that's going to have to pick up the pieces with this relationship, and I feel like you're going to have a lot to do with this grandchild as well. But I feel like the mother is a bit, her words are a bit harsh, I'm going to say, and she's not prepared to make change or to have like more of a balanced life as well. Is what I feel for her. But thank you for calling in today, and I hope I've helped you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay, everybody. So this week's going to be an interesting week, I feel. If you want to contact me, you can. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties, and my Facebook page is Lady D Psychic Parties. My Instagram is at Lady D Psychic. My TikTok is at Lady D Psychic. And my YouTube is Lady D. If you can't find it underneath that, look up Danielle Psychic. And I will have a great week, and I will see you same time, same place next week. So bye for now.